Greetings, warrior travelers, and welcome to Throes of Dice, a bi-weekly streaming showcase of our D&D 5e campaign. I'm joined tonight by Dylan, Rick, Sam, and Cory. This week we are sponsored by Battlebards. Use them to add a level of immersion to your role-playing games with music and sound effects. You can use the code Throes, that's THROES, in order to get a discount on their website, or follow the link below in the description. Let's explore our next entry into this tale of the Dunes of Eruyonda. Eruyonda!
It's Dunes.
No, I know.
It's a candle.
When we last left off, you all were in the town of Iranen. After your day of fighting the crocodiles on the river, you all came together through this battle, and everyone met Cory's character, the Loxodon Peré Tsarthredjorad, and found that he is a desert wayfinder and knows how to get people through the very treacherous terrain of the desert itself for just one yellow Kamar. As you guys all reconvened this next day after finding your lodging for the evening, you got some things in town, including some big goatskin water skins for travel and different rations and food, and you made your way south into the Eruyonda itself. You traversed miles and miles for about 5 days worth of travel that we got done last time, of crimson sands, many of you suffering lots of heat exhaustion, even though you had plenty of water, thankfully, due to your Druid water Genasi and your Cleric, even though it is a time of year when those spells produce less water. Towards the end of one day, navigated around some quicksand pits and fought some yellow adders that jumped out of the sands underneath you, and it looks like you stumbled onto a nest of their babies. They punctured you with their fangs and their venom, and some of the adults constricted you with their poisonous touch. However, you made it the rest of the day's travel, found camp, and decided that the next day you would take a rest to prevent anyone from coming to a short and untimely demise. So Peré,
Yes.
when we last left off, you saw over the distance on the dunes some shapes. As the black sky slowly turns violet over the Sienna dunes, you see two large dark shapes peek over the horizon.
Do I know what they are?
Make a perception check.
Ooh, first roll of the night.
Not
Ooh.
bad.
I forgot what I had.
The perception one.
Nothing. 16.
16.
No.
Oh, always?
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. 19.
19. Way to go.
Even better.
You said nothing and you have a +3 modifier.
Big money.
That's big money.
Okay.
I didn't need nothing.
I don't even see well.
That's what you meant.
Oh.
That's what you meant.
Yeah.
Okay, so 19. With that, you are able to focus your eyes and peer through some of the shifting sands this morning. The wind is not too harsh at the moment, but you see that these shapes seem to be catching whatever wind is available at the moment. And they approach a little bit closer, and you see, just peeking over the tops of the dunes, little silhouettes. You see taut wire lines attached to a bar beneath two kites, you think these shapes are, and two humanoid creatures, one taller and slender and one shorter, sailing over the dunes in your direction.
Are they bandits? Do I think they're bandits?
You wouldn't really be able to tell from this far out. You know that this is a mode of transportation that people use to get across the desert pretty speedily.
Okay.
It's popular in both hobbies and just in transportation in general.
So is this like parasailing but on sand?
Yeah,
that's cool.
You kind of see like boards attached to their feet, and different. They both have, as you look closer, their kites are slightly different shapes, and one of them actually has like ribbons coming off of the back of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The rest of us are resting?
Yes.
Okay.
But it is starting to start towards morning. Whenever you want to wake up, you have all received a long rest.
I'm awake.
I'm gonna be like, hey, there's some people in the distance. Keep your eye out.
Will do.
So if you guys didn't already from last time, you received a long rest. So any exhaustion you have, I believe Shanzi had 3, so he's down to 2 now.
Thanks. Ruby just shambles out of her tent and does her daily morning prayer to the Kave. I imagine Shanzi's hanging out.
Yep. Shanzi's probably catching a couple extra Z's as you emerge from your own tent. You find a little spot away from camp and kind of just meditate as the sky starts to shift colors from the purple of morning to the blue.
Giving gratitude for still being alive.
Yes, it was a long, arduous journey that you may have not been as prepared for as you wanted to be, but life is there and life is good.
I am going to crawl out of the tent and I'm going to roll around in the sand. And then I'm going to take out my staff, and then with my druid craft, I want to see what the weather's going to be like.
Okay. You pop your staff into the ground, and as some of the sand spurts out around the base of it, over the top hemisphere of your glass, you see a little puff of brownish kind of sediment start to float above it, and it swirls around faster and faster.
Uh-oh.
Danger.
You're pretty sure that within the next 24 hours a sandstorm will hit.
Yay!
Alright.
I
Can you tell us this now?
Yes.
Alright,
I'm
thank
gonna
you.
go up to everyone.
You're useful.
I said, we're gonna have a sandstorm.
I feel like Ruby is like mid-meditation when you come up to her and say this, and she opens like one eye and looks at you
It's like-
and goes back to praying, but this time to like maybe live a little longer, if Thukave's okay with that.
It's like a bunch of wind and the dirt's gonna go everywhere and we're gonna go whoa.
Yep,
whoa,
nope, my eyes are
whoa.
still closed and I am praying. I am no longer listening.
And I'm spinning in a circle and then I fall down because I'm dizzy.
And I reach over and I pat you on the head and I go back to praying. If you're within my reach.
Yes.
I'll like
One
not
long
be
blue leg
surprised.
is kind of in your vicinity.
I tap him on the shin.
We are currently just out in the open with tents.
You're out in the
Yeah.
open with 2 tents. You kind of found like Peré guided you to a somewhat secluded valley kind of depression.
Between 2 dunes.
Yeah.
But we are how far from the oasis still?
You're somewhere you would guess between 4 or 5 days travel yet.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta find some sort
So
of
I don't seem surprised that one was coming. I feel like
No. So what you know about sandstorms is you know that they are big and devastating. However, if you're able to find shelter and stay put, they don't do too much harm. They mostly obscure and get people lost.
I say we just relax, make sure we have everything
Like-
set up.
tents would be okay.
Tents are okay, yeah.
Okay.
And that's Shanzi will say that he would rather like have another day of rest. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's still really dragging.
He's usually kind of an energetic person, but as soon as he is up for the day, he just looks really rough for wear.
I don't know how well dark circles under eyes show up on cat people, but that's what he has.
If you can't see him, his eyes just have the shape of just utter tiredness and kind of anxiety.
Limping a bit.
Yeah. He's got a little more sag to his shoulders, not as much spring in his step as usual.
Splendid. Even more reason to stay put for a day.
You start to notice these 2 shapes get a little bit closer. More details are coming into focus now. You can see as they come towards your campsite, they crest over another dune, and they seem to use their momentum from a gust of wind to take off into the air. They soar in tandem about 15 feet into the air, one grabbing the nose of their board and one grabbing the tail, and they're each spinning 2 different directions, and they both land, striking the sand beneath them, and for a second, the sand that splashes covers both of them and you can't see their silhouettes until they emerge maybe about 30-50 feet on the other side. And they're still heading towards you. They're maybe about 500 feet away now, but they're coming in quick.
Alright. Hey guys, they're coming in quick.
I'm gonna make sure I have my armor and my buckler and my rapier ready.
Mm-hmm. Amulets out. Ready to roll.
Put on
Here we go.
Dark skin.
So at this point, I still don't know if they're of any real danger to us.
At this distance, I'll have you make an insight check.
Oh, 9. Ooh.
9? It's kind of hard to tell. They definitely look skilled, and you don't know much more than that.
Maybe I'll take my. I don't know. Maybe I won't take my longbow out. I'm gonna take my spear. They're probably coming up real quick. I'm gonna just have my spear out ready to go.
How far out are they?
Closing in at about 200 feet.
Oh, they're real close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, they're coming in hot.
Yeah.
Do they seem like they're slowing down or no?
Maybe just slightly, but they're barreling in right now.
All right, let's just get out of the way.
If there's anything that you want to do within these next few seconds, pretty much.
When they get within 90 feet, I'm gonna cast Entangle on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So, they are just cresting in at 90 feet now, and you release the spell. How far is the distance that it can cast it?
Is 90 feet in a 20-foot square.
Oh man, okay.
Got him.
Is that a save on them?
Range. Strength saving throw.
Oh man.
These poor
Ooh.
skaters.
Sand skaters.
So
Yeah.
you see the taller one, he starts to notice the unevenness of the ground as these brambled vines just kind of poke up through the desert sand, seemingly out of nowhere, where there's no vegetation for miles and miles. He somehow catches that, and kind of pulls up on either side of the handles that he's wearing and gets himself into the air and jumps over it.
He's so cool.
And as he does that, actually, with how much momentum he's getting and stuff, he soars over you guys' camp onto the other side.
Good.
And kind of like skids to a stop and sprays some sand up.
I just didn't want to run over our tents right before a sandstorm. That was my big worry.
The other one gets completely entangled in your vines. The board just, the nose just goes straight in, plants, grabs on with all the vines and brambles, and he is like face down in the sand and thorny bush that you conjured.
Ouch.
I walk over.
And all you hear is, "Ow! That hurt!"
I walk over faster.
They're skateboarders.
They're just measly skateboarders.
I walk over faster.
Okay. You make your way over there, and you see a small, maybe like teenage boy, and it's like 15, 17 or so. Very, very dark brown skin and black hair, kind of weaved in different intricate braids with bandanas around it, and brown cloth, kind of like you've all been wearing. And he says, "Did you do that?"
No, I apologize for my friend. Are you wounded?
He shows you his elbow. It's pretty scraped up.
He's a skateboarder.
He gets 1 cure wounds.
Oh wow, it's so generous of you. Sure, roll it up. Just for fun.
Is it time for evocation magic?
Right now it's not. It's
Cool.
still purple.
Well, he gets a full compliments of that's a full 11 points of healing.
Okay.
Like a random kid.
As your
I sneezed.
padded hands touch kind of the underside of his arm, the bright energy kind of courses up from your fingertips to that cut, seals up immediately with how much damage he got.
I'm gonna head the other direction and greet our other friend
Okay.
or foe.
Yeah, I helped the teenager up on his feet.
Wow. Well, I guess I believe you, but who did do that?
My friend. We did not know if you were friend or foe.
Understandable. There's not too many sane people out in this part of the Carneando.
My name is Ruby.
My name is Menkal.
Nice to meet you, Menkal.
That's my brother over there, Falat.
Oh.
And,
Should we go over to him?
sure.
Remind me their names?
Menkal is the smaller teenage boy.
Spelling.
Menkal.
Nice.
And
Falat is Falat.
Spell it how it sounds.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll help him with his board if he needs help with it.
Yeah, it looks a little scuffed and scratched, but he starts to kind of untangle himself from the brambles that just kind of came out, cutting free some of the parachute and wrapping it up to deal with it later.
Okay, I'll help with my claws to cut some of the brambles.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. I apologize again for my friend. He did not mean you any intentional maliciousness.
Well, I'll have to hear it from him. You want to talk to the older brother?
yeah, this one's Falat.
Falat. Yes, you see, he looks pretty much just like more elongated and rugged version of his younger brother. You see a dark beard coming in underneath all the cloth, very bushy, and his eyebrows are just like basically two black coarse sponges. They're all kind of glistening with a sheen of sweat.
Good morning.
Good morning. What are you folk doing out in the middle of this desert?
We are traveling to Calaranye.
Calaranye, the capital, huh? What brings you there?
I am on. I am on a diplomatic mission to get necessary supplies for the village of Minyamin.
Ah, so you hired all these people to protect you then?
I hired one of them, and the others are also along for the ride to the capital.
Oh, so I don't need to be like, my noble, my liege, Mr.
I mean, if you so prefer.
Only if you demand it, I guess.
I do not.
Okay, good.
Azriel.
Falat.
And shake his hand.
He does so.
Where does one get one of these boards and sails?
Ah, you wanna learn how to drift?
It looks pretty fun and stylish. I'm intrigued.
Well, unfortunately, we have to pack pretty light. We're able to jump from oasi to oasi within about a day or so. These things can go up to about 40 knots, so. But, well, if you're headed to Calaranye, you'll find plenty there. You're probably closer to Ondusto by now, though. That's more in the center.
What was that city?
Ondusto?
Is that the oasis?
No.
Okay.
Not that you know, at least.
Sure. Well, we did not mean to cause you guys any harm. We were just wary of attackers.
No, don't worry about it. That teaches my brother something. He's gotta watch out for himself better.
I get the feeling you guys are used to a scrape or two.
You could say so. Not so much thorny brambles out in the middle of the desert. Maybe
Understandable.
sand in the eyes or the pants, but if you don't mind, I guess I should go check on my brother.
Absolutely.
And he and I are walking over.
Okay. He walks over. So, didn't watch where you were going, huh? Well, that just came. Yeah, well, everything. You gotta be more attentive to your surroundings. Things change all the time around here. You know that. Yeah, I know, Falat. Alright, well, let's go say hi to the rest of these people. Okay. And he'll kind of look over at the the blue teenage man,
Doop, doop,
man
doop,
baby.
doop, doop.
It's like, are you the one that hurt me?
I told you he didn't do it intentionally.
I mean,
I use Druid craft to make snowflakes in front of him.
what is that?
Ruby cracks a smile.
Are you a wizard?
Yes.
Whoa. What else can you do?
I take the water
Puts on
from
a show over this
my
child.
glass.
What can you not do?
And I use shape water and I just start twirling it in the air.
Yeah, you take like just a stream of water kind of corkscrews around you and up into the sky as you do like a water ribbon dance. I'd like a performance check. I'll give you advantage.
Okay. Good. 5.
5. And as you send it up into the air, it kind of goes out of your radius of where you're able to control it, and it all comes splashing down on your head.
Ta-da!
Oh my gosh, you're the best wizard I've ever seen.
Wastes water.
A wonderful show.
I had to hydrate.
Yeah, wait. That came from your bag. Can you make water too?
Yes.
I know that some wizards can. They're very useful to get through the desert, but me and my brother just try and go fast instead.
I can make water. I can make wind. I can make food.
Wow. No wonder they brought you along. What was your name?
I'm Arno.
I'm Menkal. Nice to meet you, I guess.
Nice to meet you.
I get that you're trying to protect yourself, so I'll try not to take it to heart. And I have to be better at watching myself and my surroundings.
I wasn't trying to make you fall. I was just hoping you'd stop.
Oh, I stopped a lot quicker than I'd like. You mind introducing me to the rest of everyone?
Yes. This is Mr. P.
Peré.
He just looks up. He's standing at about...
It's gonna be a constant conflict now. It's not my name.
He's standing at maybe around 5 feet, a little under, and he looks up at you, this like 8... Are you 8 feet tall?
I am. Yeah, I'm 7.5 feet tall.
Almost 8 foot tall elephant man.
350 pounds.
And he's just like, wow, this is cooler than the wizard.
Cool.
What are you doing here?
I am the one taking everyone through the desert.
Oh, you're one of those Loxodon folk, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard about you. You used to live in the savannas up north, right?
Many years ago,
Yeah. Man, what was that like?
I would go through and tell him this story.
You tell him a little bit about the savannas up north and all of the limited time that you had there before your obligations pushed you farther south into the desert.
Without giving him too much.
Yeah,
I don't want
just
to
like the
farm to start-
tidbits.
Yeah.
The glancing blows.
I listen attentively because this is probably more than you've told any of us.
Yes, it is.
He's asked. No one's really asked.
Yeah.
Or you haven't told.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's so
That was a
cool.
crack.
I haven't seen anything but red sand for like, I've only been around for like 15 years, but how old are you? You can get like really old, right? Like 2,000 years?
Not that much.
Oh, is that just a story?
That's just a story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I forgot how old can they usually get?
They can get around, like maybe max of 500.
Yeah. I am actually not that old.
Oh, okay.
I am only in my 80s, I believe.
Yeah, 80 to 100-ish.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Tabaxi wouldn't be a lot unusual.
No, it's around human lifespan.
No, I mean like
Oh.
unusual to them.
No, not so much. They're a little more common at least in this district of the desert. So that's Mr. P. So, like, you're the leader then?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not the leader of them. I just lead them through the desert.
Oh, okay. Falat at this point has like finished packing up his sail and his board into his backpack. It's all very methodical and well done. He like uses the wind to help fold it himself. And he starts to walk over and he's like, "Okay, Mencall, you can stop pestering them so much. Who have you talked to so far?" This is Mr. P, and this is what's your name again?
Arno.
Arno.
Wizard.
The wizard. The great and powerful water wizard guy. Oh, okay. And he walks over to the two Tabaxi. Well met. What's your name?
Ruby.
Falat. And who's this?
This is Shanzi.
Hi, Shanzi.
Yes.
Alright. So, well, I don't think we'll be going anywhere for the next while yet. The winds are kind of calming down, so might as well get all my story straight. Oh, what are you guys doing here?
Oh, Shanzi and I are traveling to the capital to seek knowledge.
What kind of knowledge?
I'm a cleric of Thukave, and I seek greater insights to the nature of life and death.
Oh, okay. Me and my brother were we were in the capital not too long ago. If you have any questions, we could probably answer some of them. We have a bit of news, I suppose.
Oh.
Do you know the sandstorm should be headed this way, maybe earlier this evening?
We knew there would be a sandstorm arriving. Our druid has foretold the weather for us, but we did not know when it would be arriving. That is good to know.
Mencall, he's not a wizard. Ah.
He's a type of wizard.
Oh, well, alright then.
Just of the natural magics.
Interesting. I like that. News.
Yes.
We don't get much sharing of news until we hit a way stop, but things from the capital are pretty well right now. Everything is pretty bustling and thriving. It has been brought to light to the common folk, as it were. The Amber Adders. They're a rogue thief faction. They've led many banditry missions throughout the Eruyonda entirely. Definitely a lot through the Carneando, the Red Deserts. But they started up maybe, 70-ish so years ago, selling and peddling drugs. And it's spread quickly. We don't know too much more than that, but we were told that travel right now, being in the slow season of travel, there's not many people traversing the desert itself. Be wary of these bandits. They are well connected and powerful.
We're attacked by actual adders, but it's good to know that we should be on the lookout for people who call themselves adders as well.
Yes. Amber versus yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Although the yellow are just about as unsavory.
Delightful.
Well, if you're able to handle the yellow adders, then I wouldn't worry too much about everything else that you'd come across. And which way did you say you were from again?
Minyamin.
Minyamin. Ah, so over by the Remanen up north.
Mm-hmm.
You're almost 5 days from there. So you've made it quite a ways already.
Indeed.
Well, I trust that your Wayfinder's been helping you pretty well then.
You shall receive a tip upon completion of our journey.
Not needed.
He'll kind of like elbow you in the belly.
That's a very familiar gesture.
If you don't mind, you want to share a meal together this morning? We have a little bit that we could help with.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Maybe you could show us a thing or two about this sport you display for us.
Haha, I definitely could. How long are you going to be in Calaranye?
I don't have many other plans besides seeking audience. Why do you ask?
Well, are you gonna tell him? Well, can I? Sure, Menkal. Okay, so me and my brother, Falat, have been training to enter the Empire's Bright Summer Games.
I'm intrigued.
There are lots and lots of sports, especially for the drifters like us. There's speed competitions, there's distance competitions, there are, our specialty is more of the display of tricks and that sort of thing. They have other sports too, but it's kind of whatever. I just pay attention to, Falat told me that don't be a jack of all trades, you gotta focus on being good at what you're good at, so
Ruby very quietly under her breath says, "Jack of all trades, master of none. Better than master of one?"
yeah, something like that.
More or less.
If you're going to be there during Bright Summer, you should definitely come stop by and cheer us on.
Well, I have no other plans. That could very well be arranged.
He kind of just gives a giddy grin in your direction and scurries around by his brother. He'll kind of start to get stuff out of his bag, and you see him get a small pouch of water out and a big jar of some sort of grain or oat. And
Fish and curry.
ooh, well, if you don't want, maybe you want something a little more stick to your bones for a breakfast.
Certainly. We just don't want to be in a position upon your supplies.
Not at all. We should be able to make it to Iranen by, early evening if we're lucky. The winds are supposed to be strong today, that's why we're out. Well, do you have maybe anything sweet we could add to this? We usually just eat it plain, it keeps us going.
I will conjure good berries.
Oh, Lord. I forgot about the good
Lovely.
berry.
We're back.
As he pulls out a little cast iron pot, he turns around and says, "Where did you get those?"
I made them.
Oh,
Natural wizard.
natural magics, right. That would just do lovely. Let me get this going, and once it's cooked down a bit, we can toss those raisins in.
They're good raisins.
Good raisins.
Dunes, brought to you by Good Raisin.
It's just a picture of me instead of the
Oh, no.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, it's kind of early to get anything to boil. Do you have any wood or fire that we can get going?
I know this has been discussed before, but is Sacred Flame actually flames?
It's not flames.
Great.
It's just radiant magic that is hot.
Mm-hmm.
If we have sticks, I can cause fire.
You do have some tinder that you pack along with.
I think I
I
also
can light it on fire.
Let's take some out. Throw it in.
Alright.
Make a
Peré.
little fire.
Okay. Peré gets some of the sticks and kindling out of his pack from his camel and sets it in the middle of this enclosure that you've made out of a
You're
few
still standing on the camel.
loose stones.
No.
danger.
And then Falat pours in the water that he has and starts making it, and once it cooks down, he gestures for you to toss in your good berries, and then he'll ask for some bowls and stuff and serve you each up a nice bowl of porridge.
Ooh.
Porridge with
Mine
raisins.
was just right.
Mine was too hot.
I feel like if anybody's gonna be Goldilocks, it's gonna be Arno. Trying everybody's
I
stuff.
ate everyone's.
He made sure to put a few more good berries in his. As Menkal starts to eat a few bites, he's like, "Oh my goodness, I am stuffed already and I've only eaten 3 bites. What are in these berries?"
Oh, they nourish you for a day.
What?
Yeah,
That's so cool. You need to grow these.
I'm a wizard.
Raining good berries.
God, that has to be the art that Sophie makes. It's just
A gif of good
no,
berries.
it's like the sprinkle meme, but it's you know,
Just good berries. Little craisins dropping out of his fingertips. Oh, yes.
I like that visual a lot.
I like it, yeah. We should definitely do that too. Little bonus.
Shout out to Sophie.
Alright, you guys all start to clean up after the meal. And Fallout will say, so my brother said that one of you could maybe top us off with some water, perhaps?
You've done plenty this morning. I will.
Okey doke.
I will cast. Yeah. I'll just do a level 1. Great water, since they said it's just for dishes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you fill up one of your own, like, big goatskin bags, and then they are able to just pool from it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, thank you so much. We need to get going if we're going to make it to Iranen before the storm hits.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Well, we enjoyed your company. Thank you for stopping and talking with us.
no problem. Are you hunkering down then?
We are. Our trek has not been all smooth sailing, as it were, and we need to rest for the
Ha.
night.
Yeah, that one especially looks a little rough.
Shanzi tries to say, like, I'm fine.
Can I make an insight check?
On who?
Shoot. A lot.
Fallout? Sure, what are you trying to intuit?
Is he scouting for the amber adders?
Make an insight check.
That's where my head's at. 11.
11? You're not quite sure, but he seems like a very nice person,
Mhm.
just trying to take care of his brother, and that connection between those two seemed pretty genuine, so I think you believe him.
Okay.
This man doesn't do drugs.
I never said he did.
He deals in esports.
D-sports, desert sports.
D-sports, it's in the game. Me and Mencall should be on my way.
Very well.
Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
Look forward to seeing you at the games.
Mm-hmm.
You as well. Hopefully we can have a couple more patrons in our booth. We're supposed to get a tiny one this year. They usually don't do
A
that.
booth. So exciting.
We will do our best to be there.
Alright, I look forward to seeing you. Arno, Azriel, Ruby, Shanzi, and Peré. Till we meet again. May the Mother embrace you in her arms, and may the Father guide you on your travels.
You too.
Are you ready to go, Chatli? Yes, Chabu, I'm ready.
Aww.
And they,
Just got diabetes. It's so cute.
It was so sweet you got diabetes.
Yeah.
What was the younger brother?
Chatli.
Chatli.
Chatli and Chabu.
That's what we're
You know this to be
We're
in
gonna call
Celestial,
Arno.
little brother and big brother.
Oh, it's Celestial.
So we're just gonna call Arno that.
You're just Chatli from now on.
Chatli.
Our third episode, but I have 6 days.
Oh no, Irving, Zaledestan, Blue Man, Chatli the third.
The Great Wizard.
Okay. You see them. You see Mencall and Fallout kind of scurry up to the next dune that's a little bit taller than yours outside of the valley, and they take they strap their boards to their feet, take their sails out of the bag, and they wait for a big gust of wind, toss them up, and immediately they kind of have some outward compulsion that helps it get right into the air right away, and within a few seconds they are off and over the other side. At this point in time, as your breakfast is settling in your stomachs, the sun is now starting to crest more towards its rising portion. It's starting to get hot. The purple shifts away into a more dim blue, and Arno and Peré, you two are not feeling well. For all intents and purposes, you are right now feeling the effects of poison from the adders that constricted you yesterday.
Lesser restoration?
If you want to.
Ooh.
No, if you guys start saying you're feeling ill, I would come over. Should I do medicine checks to figure out what's wrong with them? Or
Up to you. Sure.
Okay.
I have boo-boo.
2 different checks or one?
One check.
One check.
Can I help?
I would love for you to help. Do you want to
Yeah.
make a check as well? Or do I
You're
get
probably better at it than
I
me.
mean,
You're wisdom based.
Yeah, go ahead and make it with advantage.
okay. Ooh. 23.
Wow, better than me.
Thank you.
So yes, you know the following.
Mm-hmm.
Snakes are usually venomous, not poisonous.
Mm.
They didn't really get bit enough to be poisoned,
Mm-hmm.
so something in the snake's skin causes some sort of contraction of a poison condition. This is not venom, this is definitely poison.
Interesting.
With that, this is a strong and powerful poison. It's long, lingering, maybe up to more than a couple days.
Oof. Okay. So lesser restoration specifies you touch a creature and can end either one disease or condition affecting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Yeah.
Will that end the condition then? That would be multiple day long problems.
You may try.
Oh, I'd love to.
Who would you like to try on first?
I did Peré.
Alright.
Do you have enough for both?
I do. I just think that priority is the person leading us to be well.
Yeah. Alright.
Probably smart.
I sure try to be. I got a real high wisdom. I gotta live up to this.
Alright. So yeah, you take out your iron half skull of Thukave and kind of hold it in one hand as you touch Peré, and you want to focus on where the snake constricted him, so you touch his lower leg.
Very
And you-
likely.
And you feel a warmth start to course through all of your muscles and through towards your middle stomach, which was starting to feel really gross at the time, and it kind of just all starts to, the feeling evaporates and goes out of your head and you feel restored.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much. Have I had this happen to me before, like on a trip? I would assume so.
You usually take some of the sanguinaria plant and evacuate both ends and drink a lot of water for the day. This is a much more pleasant
No need to be that
experience.
drastic, everyone.
I was ready.
I know. I had sanguinaria too, but.
We're gonna take a sick day.
So then, if that seemed to work, I will also do that on our little chatle. I'm going all in on this.
Yay!
That was precious. Okay, I will also lesser restore him.
Okay. Yep, and you go over and you touch the portion where the snake constricted, and you feel the same warm sensation course through you and feel all better.
I start doing cartwheels.
Roll a
Save your
acrobatics
And
check.
I look at Azriel and say, I think it worked.
I
say to Chatley.
Because you were like helping me by
She-
holding a lantern or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Providing additional medical
That's
insights.
5.
5.
falls down.
Immediately, one elbow gives out, and you just poof,
Could a sick
shoulder
person do
roll,
this?
like head over butt, over foot, just bonk.
I'm gonna make sand angels.
As you do a backflip, you try and save it by doing a sand angel.
Can't cure that. Not that I would want to.
Good save.
Guys, if you don't mind, I think I'm just gonna go lay down in the tent for the rest of the day.
Yes, please, Shanzi. I shoot him into the tent.
He just kind of goes down on all fours, arches his back, and walks into the tent. Is there anything else that you guys want to do for the day besides rest?
Read.
I'm gonna meditate.
Right.
Reading so hard.
Meditate for me.
Okay.
I want to play my pan flute and talk to my spirits.
Okay, let's do that first. Ow.
Good work, Arno.
Thank you.
You're
And
improving every day.
I just want to thank them for watching over me, and I'm wondering if they know how my family's doing back home, and that's all.
By family, you mean the group of people you were with before?
No, by
Your actual family?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you sit there and you meditate, and as the heat of the day starts to come on, you get a nice sheen of sweat over your body, and those algae marks on your body glow up a little bit, and you feel at peace, and you feel comfortable with everything, and probably your family feels the same. That's the vibe you're getting.
Then I lay down in the sand and wriggle around.
Okay. Ruby wants to read.
So much reading.
You want to read your book.
Still reading From Rights to Starry Heights.
Yes. Rights to
It's a
Starry
big
Heights.
book.
It is a thick boy, as they say.
As the youth say.
Dummy thing.
If a book
It's
could
not
be
dummy
dumb.
thick, it's smart guy thick.
Ah.
Yeah, is there any heading that you wanted to focus in on or particular? Or just kind
I'm
of skimming
literally
down the page?
going cover to cover.
Alright.
Last time I learned about the Kmars.
Last
How they
time you
stack
learned
together.
about, yeah, the Kmars that are used in Elinari, they stack them on the dead's heads before they bury them. Today, you learn an entry about the Alabaster Ossuaries. They're sometimes called the Bone Towers or the White Rookeries. They're a series of tall, cylindrical towers made of white stone, found a few miles from the perimeter of Calranye. Housed inside are numerous pits laid out in concentric circles that hold bodies of the deceased. Each of these rings contains a different sized pit to accommodate for the individual it contains. The body that lays there are positioned in a pose that shows reference to one of the gods. Many people choose a sign for their body to make. However, if this decision was not made before death, the individual is placed in a traditional pose of Thukave with one finger resting on the mouth with eyes closed. These massive structures have no windows or roofs, but they do contain iron rafters designed for vultures, ravens, and the occasional Voikizodor to perch on. These birds feast on the carrion of the humanoids lying below. And you continue to read on, and you know that on the 33rd night of the month of Zelaraye, the eve of before the bright summer conflagration, this very hot, tumultuous time of year, the acolytes of Thukave douse the remnants of the corpses with kerosene, open up large mirror panels on the inside, and they magnify the heat of the conflagration, turning the bodies to an ash that then, through the rains that Kisleaye brings, it flows out and helps them grow herbs and medicinal remedies.
Mm-hmm. After I read this, I shut the book and hug it. I'm really excited and I hope to see this. That would be the dream.
You're on your way there.
I know. But this also reminds me about something that I've been forgetting.
Yeah.
I have been forgetting to ask my traveling companions what their preferred funerary rites are. So, I find the nearest person who does not seem to be busy.
That would be me.
It's you! I come plop down in the sand next to you and say, Azriel,
Yes.
I know we have only known each other a short time, but I have a very important question to ask you.
Let's hear it.
If you were to die on this journey, what would your preferred funerary rites be? I would like to be respectful of your beliefs.
Well. Are you telling me things?
No, go on.
Oh, I was like, what?
I'm sorry.
Noah gets up for whispers in the middle of your answer. You do not need to tell me right now.
Yeah.
It reminded me after reading my book that it is a very real possibility that any of us could die along this way. And I would like to be respectful of everyone's different beliefs.
I appreciate that. I will think on your inquiry.
Okay. And she sits there for a minute longer and says, I hope you didn't think that I meant that I wouldn't help you if you were dying. I just meant that if I couldn't help you,
No.
and then you did die.
No. No offense taken.
Okay. Very well. And she gets up and leaves.
Like 2 feet away.
I know. I then go around and ask everyone this. I don't know if anyone has an answer ready or if it would be like a repeat of that conversation, essentially. I already know what Shanzi wants, so I'm not going to go bug him. He and I had this conversation when we first met.
I know stuff for you.
I would like to be buried in the ground
I
so
kind of
that
assumed.
I can just go back to nature.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like my staff to be at the head of my grave.
Okay.
And so the next druid can then find it, and
Okay.
they can do good with it.
Would you like any particular gods invoked? Would you like people to attend some sort of ceremony?
My animal friends.
Okay.
And I'd like plants.
Ruby is taking notes. Like,
Eat all the good berries.
well, he's the one who'd be able to make them. He'd be dead.
No.
I would probably avoid you if you're, like, meditating and look visibly busy.
No, it's okay. I could like kind of hear things, and I will
Okay.
shift my way because I know you want to ask.
Okay. I come and plop down in front of you.
And then
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you stuff you know, and then you can
Gotcha.
decide what you tell.
mm-hmm.
So, stuff you know. The culture that you come from is a much different culture that's now been inducted into the Empire. You used to have a more tribal-like culture with the enclaves of Loxodon up north in the Sahara. You know that children receive a tusk flute when one of the elders of the community dies. However, you're not an elder of the community yet, so you do not get a great giant performance. They do a whole bunch of things. When one of the elders of the Ascendancy, this group, dies, there's a period of mourning that lasts for 10 nights, and each night, one of the people who owns one of these tusk flutes play different songs prescribed for the day. There's a song of life, a song of growth, love, wisdom, struggle, strength, hope, spirit, death, and the song of legacy that was created for the member of the Ascendancy. But you know that for someone like you usually just pick one of those songs to be played before, and then you try and do it at night, and if at all possible, when more celestial bodies are aligned.
Mhm.
Usually the middle of the week, you know that the moon Miatli is like at its zenith. That's usually a good time to have a funeral in Loxodon culture.
Okay. So yeah, I'll explain the whole. Usually at night, at a certain time of the week would be preferred, but I also explained that because I don't have anybody that knows how to play these songs, I wouldn't expect if this were to happen on the journey that this would be something you could do, but it would be something very meaningful to me if it were possible.
I am taking, like, my pen is, like, flying across
But
the
then,
page.
but then I make like a slight, for you, uncharacteristic, light joke of, well, I hope I actually make it to be an elder's type of joke, but it's not like a very funny one. It's just funny to me.
And Ruby just kind of looks at you very gravely and says, "I hope you do."
Like, but it was like, one of those little jokes, like an old man
And
joke.
that's what Ruby is made of,
Yeah.
old man jokes.
Yes,
so she just looks at you very, like, gravely and says, "I understand.
Yes.
I hope the same for you."
Yeah.
Later that evening, Ruby and Azriel catch an eye of the sandstorm on the distance.
Azriel and Ruby, you scurry your way back into the tents, and on your way there, kind of shout out that the storms are coming.
Brace yourselves.
And you all kind of hunker down in your bedcloths and everything, and
Who's in what tents? I assume you're with
Tents.
Shanzi.
I'm with Shanzi, but I assume that we fit a third person in our tent because you count for 2 people.
So it's you, Shanzi, Azriel.
Oh, okay,
No,
so
I got
said
Arno.
goodnight. I said goodnight to you, and then we both went at the same time.
Okay.
Blue boy following me into bed.
Oh, this is awkward.
Oh, we're going the same
You
direction.
say goodbye, and then you both walk the same way.
You use Shanzi as like the divider.
No, I would have known that you were coming in at the same time. I'd be like, get in.
Alright. But yeah, within about maybe 10 or so minutes, the storm is on you.
Wow.
You hear the flat set of the tent that aren't as bound down start to strike against the sides of the tent, and you hear canvas on canvas and the sand kind of making a scraping sound outside as it goes along the tent. Just a sound of white noise that gets louder and louder and louder, and the walls shift back and forth and the winds howl. But inside these tents, it's not, it sounds scary, but it's pretty comfortable and not at all what you might expect it to be. The winds get up to a high point where at one point, Peré, you hear outside of your tent, one of the stakes break off. You know that's okay, but if any more go, you need to go out there and try and fix them, or you're going to be a kite.
Oh,
Ooh.
Your tent is in danger? Gotcha.
I'm the hefty.
He weighs it down.
no. I guess I would try and sleep, because I just remembered that I used a few spells during the night.
You kind of all take this white noise of the sand striking the outside of your tent, keeping intent ears out for any more snapping or tearing of cloths. Tents. But
Shanzi can sit up for a while and listen for any trouble in her tent.
Yeah.
So that you and I can sleep.
you will
Intense.
do that.
Intense.
Intense one.
He got a natural 1. His ears are a little stuffed, but everything seems to be fine.
Sure
I
is.
imagine it's hard to hear anything anyway.
Yeah,
And I can roll for him too. I have his stat saver.
that's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, you all take this white noise of the sand and eventually kind of fade it into the background of your mind, and those of you who need to or want to find sleep are able to do so. Within maybe like 5 or 6 hours towards the end of this sleep cycle for you guys, that's when the storm starts to let up. And yeah, anyone who emerges from the tents the next morning, you've heard that the wind has calmed down enough to go outside, and you kind of see, it's a little bit different than the purplish sunrise mornings before. All the sand stirred up in the air has kind of left a little bit of a haze left, so it's kind of casting a somewhat purplish, brownish, brackish light your way. But other than that, we made it through an uneventful evening besides the sandstorm.
Shall we continue toward the capital?
I think so.
On the road again.
Do.
Yeah, I'm feeling okay.
You just make sure you're resting.
Before we head out,
Yeah, whatever.
I take my staff and I stick it in the ground, and I use my druid craft to see the weather.
And now the weather.
Bum 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 bum.
Anybody welcome to Night Vale? No.
Back to you, Arno.
Yeah.
Just
Just a little bit. The weather is thus. Over the top hemisphere of your glass, you see the same sunny day as you've seen before. That blue orb and that reddish one covering behind it. Going over the top hemisphere of your staff.
Oh, he took.
sunny and a high of 120.
Probably.
Pretty much.
Just trying to be funny, but it came out sad.
So you guys went through a little bit of water yesterday. Probably not your whole amount. So you'll probably have to knock
Yeah.
off like one of yours.
I was gonna say I would have. I had 3 first levels left last night, so I would have topped up whatever.
Oh,
needed
then you're all
top.
good.
Mhm. Sorry,
Okay.
I meant to say that.
That is okay. I'll forgive you
Thanks.
this time.
Bum, bum, bum.
I'll take it. No, I know that I need to be specific. It's fine.
Yeah. You guys pack up your tents and get ready for the next leg of your journey today. 4 or 5 days out from the first actual pleasant rest stop. So the skies are just finishing or starting their transition between that purple and that blue as you start to hike down your first set of dunes. First couple hours of the morning, not too bad. Once the sky shifts to blue, the first 2 hours are okay. The third hour, though, it is already balmy, hot, and painful.
Let's go!
I like
I'm
the
gonna need
enthusiasm.
Constitution checks.
Can I ride the camel?
Should I roll Shanzi's?
Yes, please. You're gonna ride the camel?
May I?
You may. Advantage.
Thank you. Somehow the Bloodhunter has the worst constitution.
Con saves.
You
Wanna
use
try
your advantage
again?
while you're writing the...
No, you can't try again.
14.
Hey.
14, awesome.
13.
Good,
Shanzi gets a 17, and Ruby, I think, gets a 19.
good.
Yeah.
Peré.
7.
Yeah, you're okay.
Oh, this is the low roll.
Yeah.
That's right.
It only gets worse from here.
I was gonna say, this is why Ruby has only ever gotten 1 level of exhaustion and gotten rid of it, because I've always rolled shitty on, the first couples when the DC is low.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sweat starts to prickle on your skin as you're starting to work up a little bit of tension in your muscles. Have the next hour roll.
Uh-huh.
9.
9.
Slowly increase.
13.
13.
So Ruby got an 18.
Yeah.
Shanzi got a 4.
Hey!
Ooh.
Classic.
Everybody but Shanzi.
I know.
Everybody but
Shanzi.
Shanzi.
Shanzi
Not
starts to fall in the back of the pack again, and you know that
I
he
drop
has
back
another
with
level of
him.
exhaustion.
I will
Shanzi's
camel.
not even gonna make it to the first oasis.
Alright, and Arno, poof, becomes a blue 2-humped camel.
2 humps,
you,
yes, that's right.
Arno.
I
I
forgot.
boost Shanzi up onto your back.
Shanzi just leans between the 2 humps, swaying from side to
I was gonna say,
side.
I'm almost worried that Shanzi does the thing that you set in my GIF.
Where he does a front flip over the head of Arno.
No, stay on the camel.
He seems to be doing okay.
Alright.
He's got enough bearings to just hold on for dear life.
Mm-hmm. You're like fireman carrying him over your back.
Okay. So, this next leg of the journey, another hour, advantage for Shanzi this time.
Okay.
Riding the camel with 2
Uh-huh.
13.
I don't like that. Ruby also got a 13.
Good.
14.
10.
Shanzi got a 14.
Awesome. Everybody's doing good on this hour.
Oh, good.
And that was the
Rally.
noon hour. It's only getting a little, the sun is starting to cool and descend again, so another check on hour 2 of camel as well.
14.
16.
Ruby got a 17,
Yeah.
and Shanzi's still on the camel. 10.
Okay.
13.
Oh.
13.
Yeah.
Just barely everyone is okay this hour. And another one. You guys are really starting
18.
to feel
19!
all of the
22.
fatigue start to build in
I'm
your
getting
muscles.
stronger.
I am the best
What?
camel.
I don't like it.
What do those noises mean, Sam?
Those noises mean Ruby got a 5!
Oh no.
But Shanzi got a 15, so it's okay.
Okay. Ruby has accumulated a level of exhaustion.
Feeling
Alright.
it. Feeling it.
Yeah. Ruby, you've been doing well so far.
I know.
Is that your first one, though?
It's my first one this time. I've only ever gotten I think on day 1 and day 3, I got 1 level,
Yeah.
and I sleep them off.
That's good. Alright. Yep. You're starting to feel that fatigue build in, but you try and reset yourself and you keep hiking. We're going through that Steel resolve that Peré talked to you about at the beginning.
If I'm gonna
Loaded
die, I'm
resolve.
gonna die walking.
No. I told you.
Gonna die one step closer to really cool Thukabe stuff.
I wanna see you go.
Alright, one more constitution save.
Am I still camel?
You are uncamelled.
I re-camel.
You
You
re-camel.
were the best.
11.
11.
Natural 20.
Hey,
So 22.
dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, so that was 22 for Ruby, and then, oh wow, 21 for Shanzi.
Yeah.
Big ups, dice, thanks.
Everybody does well on this hour as well. And at this point, the sun starts to set for the day and is no longer in the extreme
Today
heat
was not
portion.
as difficult to walk as
Mhm.
the others. We all did better that time.
No, it's, I think,
Getting used to it.
yeah, stopping for the day was
Very helpful.
clutch.
Yeah, you guys are feeling well rested overall. Shanzi, yeah, he's Shanzi.
Average shot.
He's a little bit of a rag, but doing okay. You guys make camp and everything. If there's anything we want to zoom in on, we can.
Rest and let's get
using my spells to read
to
up
the
the water.
best.
Alright, next day. Let's do some more checks.
Okay.
Saves.
Saves.
15.
Very important.
15
It
for
is.
2.
15.
And a go.
Yeah, no, not, yeah. That was a
He's played
cribbage joke.
cribbage.
Yeah,
52,
I saw the
54,
panic in your face right
36.
there. I got it too. How?
Is Shanzi on camel?
Well, so Shanzi only has one exhaustion again because
Yeah.
of sleep.
Yep.
He got a 5. Not on camel.
Oh, he has a level of exhaustion.
Great.
Gained another.
Ruby got a 13.
You're okay.
Hello.
You're good.
Ruby got a 13.
You're good.
Okay.
He's exhausted.
Shanzi's gonna climb
She's
back
level
up
2 exhausted.
I will re-camel.
You're the best.
Oh, because you're on a camel too?
I'm on the normal camel.
Okay. Re-cameled. Let's go.
20.
19.
17.
Good.
21 for Shanzi, and ooh, that's a spicy 8 for Ruby.
Spicy is good.
Okay.
Alright. Another hour goes by. You guys are still feeling good today.
For now.
7. Oops.
9.
9.
21 for Ruby, 19 for Shanzi.
Peré, you're
Oops.
feeling a little tired today.
Yeah, that's a little
You're not on your game. You start to feel a little lackadaisical, but you reset yourself in that resolve that the monastery taught you in, and you keep trucking through. Another check.
16.
19.
13.
Ruby 19 and Shanzi 18.
Yeah, you guys are getting really good at handling this exhaustion, and
When Shanzi doesn't have to walk.
when Shanzi doesn't have to walk, things are easier. And you, poof, uncamel.
I re-camel.
And you instantly re-camel even before Shanzi hits the
I
ground.
just need to find you like a soundboard where you can record yourself saying, and I recamel.
Uncamel, re-camel. Okay, another check for y'all.
Natural 20.
Hey.
Nice. 17 for Ruby, 21 for Shanzi.
14.
14.
Yeah, you guys are killing it today. You're starting to build up a little bit of a resistance to all of this, like hiking through all the valleys. Like it's monotonous to your brain, but you've all gotten in a rhythm together at the group at this point. You know what to do to stay on top of it.
Geese in a flying V, figured it out.
Yeah.
Arno, how old are you? I'll ask you later.
That's my favorite interaction to date.
You don't speak camel.
I do not. That is not in my list of languages.
Great role playing, everyone. I'll ask you later. Okay,
Arno gets inspiration.
another hour, another check.
15.
Oh, I've been betrayed.
Dirty 20.
11 for Ruby and 16 for Shanzi.
Yeah, everybody is doing good today. The sun is a little bit hotter and persisting a little bit longer, so one more check for the day.
Natural 20.
I use...
Did I uncamel?
You have one more hour of camel.
Okay.
17.
Or, yeah, you have one more hour of camel. Go for it.
Heck. That's 6 for Ruby and a 13 for Shanzi, but it's not a natural 1 for Shanzi. Thanks, Arno.
You said 16? 6?
6 for Ruby,
Ah.
and that's 13, did I say, for Shanzi?
Okay, 10 and below got an exhaustion point. So
Come
Arno
back
and
at ya.
Ruby. But at that point, the heat of the day subsides.
Yay.
So now, Arno, how old are you?
I am 18.
I decided our team name is Young Blood. That's you and me.
I have a team name.
How old are you?
Congratulations.
I am
I decided that I am 95 years old. by the way.
100.
100?
Yes.
And that's young for you.
Yes.
Mhm.
We are Young Blood.
I am also kind of young.
How old are you?
95?
You're getting there.
No.
No.
I can live to be 500.
Like 1/5.
I was implying you were getting close to 100,
Oh.
not death. Want to be clear. How old are you, Ruby?
Ruby says, we're all getting closer to death every day.
That's
I'm
very
37.
37. 37?
37. I think Shanzi said he was around there too.
How old do you live until? How old is...
Tabaxums? I think it's humanoid.
Yeah, so
So-
like 80s, 100s if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So you're middle-aged.
I'm gonna be lucky.
You're middle-aged.
Well,
You're the oldest bunch. Oldest
Whoa.
bunch. The old kitty cat.
Ruby walks away.
Okay. Yeah, you guys all make camp for the night. If you got a level of exhaustion, you can sleep one off.
Sleep it off.
Sleep it off.
He has
Sleep
that
it
one that
off.
he can't get rid of.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Every day.
It persists.
Every day. Just one.
Pretty much from like the first day out, I think. He got like 2. Okay. So, another day of rolls. You know that you are coming to some new terrain later on today.
We're coming to some new terrain later on today.
Mm,
I'm not
wonderful.
gonna camel yet.
Yes. Do not camel.
19.
17.
Dice heard me. 21 for Shanzi and 18 for Ruby.
19.
Yeah, everybody's doing great this morning.
We heard there's new terrain coming and we got really excited.
Yeah.
We're
Everybody-
feeling young.
Everybody packed up camp really quickly, and you're in rare form this morning. And I'll take another check for the next hour.
Ruby is singing under her breath while she walks.
12.
14.
Tad.
Oh, well, okay. 10 for Ruby and 11 for Shanzi.
Yeah, everybody's okay.
Oh, thank.
Alright, we're getting to right before the noon hour, or midday hour.
21.
21.
Woo!
7.
What'd you get?
8.
7.
8 for Ruby and 17 for Shanzi.
Ruby and Arno
Mhm.
both accumulate a level of exhaustion.
Oh no. Do I need to carry somebody?
Not yet.
Not yet. No.
Carry
Alright,
the camel.
it is now high suns. Roll.
Ooh.
The blue sun is right overhead.
I will take a level of exhaustion, sir.
What's that?
7.
Oh.
23.
Ruby got a 10 and Shanzi got a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, anyone who got below 9 or below.
I'm only at 1 though.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me 3.
It's not too
That
bad.
10 just beat me right over what I needed. I'm sweating,
Okay.
but I'm not down yet.
Another one.
Doesn't 18.
Roll it in the back.
It has to be in the rolling tray.
Oh no, is that yours?
15.
It's both.
Both of these.
7 for Ruby and 5 for Shanzi.
The kitty cats are not doing well. You both accumulate a level of exhaustion.
This is my First time at 2, guys. I don't like it.
I will
Camel!
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Pew pew pew, camel.
Arno re-camels.
Mm-hmm.
Another roll.
I'm gonna be selfish and ride on the camel.
20.
19.
Dirty
Ruby
20.
takes your first ride on the camel.
Mhm. Can you fit 2 Tabaxi or no?
One, not with all the cargo.
You.
Me?
Well, how about you
already
get
rolled.
off?
Not with all the
What?
help.
Why don't you get off the
I
camel,
was
but-
going to say that, but I already rolled.
Okay. I'm gonna be selfish. Oh, it was good.
Good.
12 for Ruby and
12.
13 for Shanzi.
Good. You two? You're 15, right?
Yeah.
That was natural 20. Or, I mean, not natural 20, dirty 20.
Cool. Yeah, everybody's good for that hour, and the sun starts to get below the point of 100 degrees.
Celsius.
And you are boiling!
We would have all baked where we stood at the beginning and we'd be on a whole new campaign already.
Alright. Some of the red rock formations that the Carneando section of the Eruyonda Desert is known for. You see large buttes and bluffs made out of this red rock stone that's been carved away by the winds and the sandstorms, with nice flat tops and skinny sides. They're 2 towers, pretty much, maybe 500 feet apart from each other, each probably also like a couple 100 feet tall. But this will give you some much needed shelter from camp for the evening, if you so desire.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we?
Mm-hmm.
We shall.
Ruby like
Is there much-
slithers off of Arno's back and like plods along.
Since this is a more sheltered area, are there any animals
That's what
that
I
roam
wanted to check
around
for.
in this area? Is there anything that we could maybe...
I want to look for animal friends too.
I was thinking about something to eat, but...
Oh no. I just wanted to know what's
kidding, I'm
living
worried.
around here. I don't want.
People looking for animals can either percept, or if you're doing some hardcore searching, I'll take nature.
Can I do survival?
Sure.
Wait, wouldn't I already know this, though?
You
If
know.
it tends to be, that's what I mean.
Oh yes. At least a little. Maybe some sort of bird. Maybe a small mammal if you're lucky.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Woo.
Young blood.
13.
13. With combined skills of Youngblood and Peré.
Oh.
Blood featuring
Young
Peré.
blood.
Youngblood featuring Peré. You actually see, well, after you pointed out to Peré, he says it's somewhat of a rare sight. You see a white goat sort of animal. It has 2 sets of horns. One pair of horns juts straight up towards the back, and another set of horns kind of curl around and forward.
2 sets of horns?
Yeah, 2 pairs. There's 4 in total.
That's pretty deadly.
It's basically stark white alabaster fur with darker spots around the eyes, and the horns are also a darker black in color. This is a Carneando oryx.
Can I turn into this one?
Maybe if you interact with it a little.
I want to go talk to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see it, it's kind of half up one of these 200-foot tall bluffs. Just like vertically on the side, hugging the side of it, kind of nomming on a little grass that's been growing in the shade there. You want to interact with
Yeah, I want to go
creature?
talk to it.
Okay.
Ruby's just like sitting in the dirt watching this happen, just going, alright.
So you guys come up to the bottom of these bluffs now, and you see it like scaled on like 100-foot cliff above you.
I want to climb. I want to be its friend.
Okay.
How steep is this cliff? Like straight up?
It's not straight up. There are like small handholds and stuff that one could foreseeably use, and maybe like a few small footpaths if you're like 1 foot in front of the other, but nothing like man-made or trodden or anything.
How far away is it? You said it's
100 feet up.
100 feet up?
If I use Step of Wind, can I jump all the way up?
No.
Power jump.
That's not how being a monk works.
If you're at level 6, you could run up walls, though, I think.
I'll start climbing.
I want to go with.
I just
You wanna go with-
I just like saw him
Okay.
like Arno trying to climb it slowly, and I just like this giant elephant just goes doop doop doop, and then up there.
If you are climbing, I'll take a strength check. It's definitely a difficult climb, but yeah.
11.
11, you kind of like dig your fingers in and around, and you make your way up maybe the first 10 feet or so. Take another one.
20.
Yeah, with that, you make it up maybe 20 feet, so you're now 30 feet off the ground.
Ruby is
Go up
watching this going,
again.
oh no, oh no.
19.
19, yeah, you make it maybe another 20 feet or so, 50 feet off the ground.
I'm
So he's
going up
halfway
again.
finding perfect handholds, just kind of using your long, lanky appendages to
He's just
brace yourself up against the rock.
Ruby is slowly shambling over to be at the base of this.
What?
He's halfway there.
Ruby is shambling over to be at the base of this cliff
Uh-huh.
to, in case.
break the fall.
What am I
Okay.
No,
doing?
not to break the fall, in case.
Let's see.
I
She's-
want to start climbing up too.
She's in standby mode.
Okay, make some checks.
I'm just gonna stand and watch it.
Yeah, that's
17.
Sitting on the ground.
Alright, you make it up 20 feet.
Just like
Mm-hmm.
6.
Oh, here
Still
we go.
And you fall.
I am going
I-
to wild shape into a lizard.
I'm.
That's why you didn't do that to begin with.
I didn't think
You
of
have a
it.
climbing speed.
he wanted to show off how good he was just in the
What were you
hole.
gonna say?
As I'm falling, I'm gonna turn into a shadow and teleport to the bottom.
You teleport 20 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Puts away dice.
That was my contingency.
Good contingency plan.
Ruby watches this happen, and as you land, like, and turn back into yourself,
What a rush. Thank you.
and she goes back into watching Arno.
I
Alright.
wipe the hair out of my
I turn
eyes.
into a lizard, so I have a climbing speed of 20.
Ooh!
Good.
So you can just go up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just go.
That's awesome.
Alright. Yeah, you make it up to the ledge where, like right beneath the ledge of where the oryx is. And you kind of peep your little lizard head up. You kind of look like one of the smaller versions of the Abuire.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm adorable.
It's like basically a horned lizard.
I'm cute.
Yeah.
And blue.
And blue! I forgot about that!
And I'm gonna walk right up to him and say, "Hi, how are you?"
Okay. You're a lizard, so I don't think that your regular things apply.
Oh no. Then I'll stop being lizard.
There's enough room for you to kind of like back yourself up against the wall if you want to.
Yeah, I'll do that and unlizard.
Oh no.
Okay.
Poor goat.
As you unlizard, I'd take an animal handling check.
Roll high.
No promises. 11.
11. Let's see. Sure.
Yay!
It does not seem to be afraid, but it does eye you up and down and kind of like stamp one of its
This
hooves.
crazy
Hello.
rectangle, like,
How are you?
second
And
rectangle
you
pupils.
can understand him. I'm good. What are you doing on my hill?
I saw you up here and I wanted to say hi.
Hi.
Will you be my friend?
What's a friend?
So you'll go on adventures with me and we'll protect each other and I can feed you and
I know of protect.
Yeah. Do you want to be my friend?
Make a persuasion check.
How big is the goat?
6.
Can't even look at you
The
right
goat
now.
is probably like maybe 3 feet at the shoulder. The horns probably go up to like 5.
Wow.
How far does Kingdoms go?
What was that again?
It was a 6.
A 6. Get off this place.
I cast Animal Friendship on it.
Alright, try again. Or wisdom save, right?
I believe so, yes. Yes.
That's like wisdom save.
Are we all just sitting at the bottom looking up like?
Well, I'm sitting.
Just
Perry
questioning
said
if
he
this
was
is gonna
standing.
work.
I don't know what you'd like to do. You're welcome to sit. I'm tired.
I'm tired too. I
Mm.
just fell. I have a -1 to strength. I didn't think I'd make it, but I was like, I would love to be there if I could.
I want to be there for this.
I'm sitting on the ground, just like both hands on my Fukave symbol, just looking.
I seriously lucked out. My strength thing's 0.
Uh-huh.
You have succeeded in animal friendshipping.
He is my friend, and we're gonna go back down to see everybody.
So, what are the exact specifications? Is it a 24-hour thing?
Yep, 24 hours.
And he is friendly to you?
Yep.
Alright.
Not to me.
And he is friendly to me and those who I deem friendly.
Okay. Where are we going?
We're going to this place called the Capital, and they'll have lots of food for you, and you can protect.
I don't like society.
Roll praxis.
I'll protect you. Let's go.
I can protect myself.
It's alright, and I'm gonna try to pick him up.
Don't
Don't touch me!
He kind of like hooves you in the knee. I like you, but I don't like to be picked up. I am sturdy. I never fall.
I like him.
This goat and I are the same.
Okay, and then I'm gonna ask him to show me the way down.
You are too... You can't climb like I can right now. Get on.
I'm gonna ride him.
You hop on his back and hold on to like the 2 horns like between him, and he starts to like hop down through these very, very narrow passageways. Sometimes your leg brushes up and scuffs against the red rock and dust falls down onto Ruby and those watching.
Ruby is making anxious noises in the back of her throat.
As they're descending, I'm gonna be like, well, I can't say I thought I was going to succeed. This is interesting.
Yeah, and then they're about like 50 feet down, 20 feet down, 10 feet down, and then the Oryx does one last jump and does a solid landing on the desert sand.
Thank you. I will get off my friend, and we will venture off to find our camp for the night.
You want to leave here?
Well, we have to get closer to the capital for them.
But here has grass.
I can make grass. I use Druid craft. Makes grass.
A long black tongue pokes out of his mouth and goes around the grass, and he chews it. This is acceptable.
Yay!
Only if you make more.
I will always make more.
Fine.
Wow.
He eats it all and then we'll follow you. You have maybe a couple more hours you could walk if you want, or you can stay
If we keep walking, will we leave this area?
here. Yeah.
That's you guys think.
Stay here.
Stay? Alright. Stay here for the evening.
Stay here for the evening.
I was gonna say from a sitting position, Ruby just like keels over on her side.
You plop down in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys make camp for the night. You have an Oryx friend. He's just kind of gonna nuzzle up by the outside of your tent flap door.
I keep making him grass.
Okay. He keeps eating the grass. And eventually he nods off to sleep when he's well and full. Okay. So, y'all receive your heals and a little less of exhaustion. You guys pack up the camp for the day and journey off. Let's just go. I'll take one more check right now. heat.
8.
Good.
Are you still exhausted?
I'm back to
30.
1. Shanzi and I both only have 1. 13 for Ruby and 19 for Shanzi.
Awesome.
19.
Great. Yeah, you guys. So the first few hours of the day were nice and easygoing. It started to get hotter, but you guys all make it through that bit. You start to see off in the distance now some more of these red rock formations. These are a little more densely packed, and they seem to have smaller ravines coursing through them. Peré, you've been here before. It's definitely nicer to go through there. It keeps the heat off of you. You just have to be wary of animals and bandits.
You didn't check the weather.
I didn't check the weather this morning. We gotta stop right now. And I will sit down. I will pet my new friend. I will take my staff and stick it in the ground.
Okay. The weather today is sunny.
We're good.
Thank you.
Quotation marks. We're good.
So yeah, your choice at this point is either to stay in the sun or traverse through this.
I say we traverse.
What's the most direct route?
Probably through.
Let's do that then.
I would much rather be in a cooler place if that's cool.
That's cool.
So, you all make it into this ravine of red rock. The sides worn smooth by all of the wind and sand that have sculpted these caverns. And most of the passageways are narrower, so they kind of shelter the sun from above. There's no need to make some heat checks right now. So you guys go through for like the next hour or so. I ask Ruby, what's passive perception of people's?
14.
Ruby's is the highest.
Mine's 15, yeah.
15. Okay. Yeah, as you pass through these caverns, the noises kind of echo off the walls and stuff a little bit closer. You hear some skittering. It could have been an animal or something, though. You're not really sure.
Okay. I try and keep a sharper eye out.
Okay. I'll roll a perception check.
Not really, because I have a level of exhaustion, but sure.
Alright.
Was Ruby the only one that saw it?
I will mention that I
yeah.
heard something questionable sounding.
Okay. Then I'll ask my new friend if there's any animals he knows of that are out here.
That was pointless because I got a 15. So that's the same as my passive.
Yep. There's lots of animals in the caverns.
Yeah, so I'll just bring it to everyone's attention that I heard a noise and I'm not sure what it is, but maybe be ready.
Okay.
My new friend says there's lots of animals here.
Wonderful.
Well, that's your purview, isn't it?
Yes. So I'm going to walk in front of everyone and I'm going to shout out, "Hello!"
And as soon as you do that,
Good.
a bolt shoots right past your head and into Shanzi, and I'll have a roll as initiative.
Don't like it.
Oh.
Don't like it even a little
Look
bit.
what you've done.
I was looking for animals.
Every
Yes,
time,
I knew it.
like, every time
Yeah.
someone yells hello, and I don't stop them from yelling hello, bad things happen.
4.
Great.
Oh, what does my friend?
Do we have
Does he
anything for this?
protect?
Your dex.
He does
True.
protect.
Is that concentration?
9.
Yep, see, because you're on the sheet.
Is it concentration?
No.
Okay, good.
I need it's on the sheet.
I
It's
was worried
it's
that-
just 24 hours, so before we go to bed, I need to make a
Is this an ability check?
Gotcha.
Yep. Ability
Ah.
check.
It's not
9 for Peré.
9 for Peré.
Azriel.
Oh, it got
20.
worse. It got worse. Great.
Rubes.
Yeah, so I get a blistering 2. because I rolled a natural 1 after re-rolling. Shanzi, however, gets a 7. Does he take damage from that bolt?
If it hits.
Okay.
What about Cory?
You're running out of 5 right now.
You're doing better than me. He protects me.
So, I gotta roll for some. Alright, so let's see if this bolt hits Shanzi. Oh, it's got it. Oh, yeah, that'll hit. That's a 17.
Okay, 15.
Okay. So he's gonna take that one. 5 piercing damage. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
Don't like that. A whole 8.
Are you having flashbacks to Strahd?
I sure am.
He fails, and with that fail, he is poisoned for a minute
Cool.
and paralyzed.
Oh!
Classic
Can we
Shanzi.
map this out?
Yeah. Boop boop boop. So, at the top of the round here, this unseen at this point shooter, you know the directionality somewhere off in that direction where it plugged Shanzi from. He's gonna let loose another bolt. We'll do Peré way. And that's a natural 2, so it just whizzes past your head. But he's going to try and let loose another. And that is 19 to hit. Boom!
Okay.
Boom goes the dynamite.
You want a missile snare?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Let's see.
So, it's damage based.
Nice.
And I do that with 1.
So you take 9 piercing damage.
Okay, so then I think do you subtract? That's a D10 plus your dex mod. Oh, okay. This might actually work out in your favor. It's 4 plus 3 plus
7.
4.
So 11.
11.
He grabs it.
You snag it right out of the air right before it touches your face, and you can see right
With
as
my
it-
trunk.
With your trunk. Very important. Yeah, his arm's still at his side, trunk just whips up and catches it. You can see that this arrow has something sticky attached to that tip of it. You can hurl it back for a key point if you want.
No, I'm gonna hold on to this until I get close to somebody.
Okay, sounds good.
So I
This is
have my
mine now.
staff and a poison arrow in my trunk.
Okay, sounds good. So that was your reaction. The spy's going to use its thing.
What was that word? Spy?
Am I able to
We didn't really hear that.
move
No.
into?
It's not our turn yet.
Oh, it's not my turn.
No, it's not your turn yet.
No.
That's what I heard.
Cool. And as you look to see where this bolt came from with your passive, you're not able to see where this person may be lying. You see pop out from one of the rounding about around the corner, right towards Arno. An individual covered in like sandy tan robes with a knotted belt at his waist with 2 scimitars and like a squared head coming towards you. He's gonna roll to attack. And that is going to be a 13 to hit.
Misses.
Okay, so the first scimitar whizzes past your head. You definitely step to the side. His second one. Oh, and that is a 23.
I think it hits.
Yeah, me too. Ooh. And we got 8 slashing damage as it cuts right past one of your arms. A little of your blood leaking onto the sand below. That is its turn. And then another one comes out from around the corner as well. And he is going to whip out at you. And that will not hit. That's a solid 8.
Does this goat have initiative?
This goat does have initiative. So the whip just cracks right by your head. Up next is Azriel. Peré on deck.
I would like to unsheath my rapier. Blood drips down my nose as my sword lights up in a gray flame. And I'm going to go flank this man's.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to remember how much damage I did.
I
Okay.
just realized I put my speed was 4 feet.
Okay.
You can move almost a square.
Every round,
The
it's great.
slowest monk in the world.
I'll get
Deliberating.
there eventually.
That is an 18 to hit.
18 to hit. Yes, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Do you need damage type differences?
No.
Okay. So it is 14 damage.
14. Oh man. Yeah. Your gray flamed blade pierces through a little bit of his flesh on the side of his rib cage, and you easily pull it back out.
Arno, get back. Okay, I tried.
An attempt was made.
Protect our blue boy.
Okay. Peré, it's your turn.
I am going to run towards this guy with the whip,
Yeah.
and I will first try and stab him with the poison arrow.
Okay. You're not proficient with it, so don't add your proficiency to this, but go ahead and roll to attack.
Added dex or strength?
Add just dex, yeah.
Okay. 8.
8. You try and pierce him with the arrow, but you hit him in the shoulder instead, and you loose your grasp on the arrow as it falls to the floor.
Rats.
But you do have at least a bonus action attack.
Yeah.
2 if you want to use a key point.
I will try and slash or stab with him with my staff.
Okay. Roll to hit.
And this. Whoa!
This would be your fist, actually.
My fist?
Yeah. Or wait, no. Yes, because you used your action to do the stabby with the arrow.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I have to use my fist.
If you're going to do the bludgeoning staff attack, it has to be the first one.
Gotcha. Okay. That would be then. What do I add?
Dex and proficiency.
Gotcha.
Always.
17.
17, that hits. Roll some damage.
Oh.
It's okay.
What's dex?
Oh. 4.
4. Okay. Yeah, your first fist connects with the side of his head and he kind of staggers back a little bit. Shanzi's up next, and then Mr. Oryx.
Oh, Shanzi's paralyzed and poisoned. What would you like me to do with that?
Roll a save.
Bauer.
He is still paralyzed and poisoned.
I'm not surprised by that.
Okay. The Oryx. I must protect!
Baby.
5, 10, 15, gets ready to charge. And he's going to attempt to knock him off his feet. Okay. Whew. Yeah, these 4-horned oryx just picks him up, lifts him off of his feet and down into the desert dust below him.
That's awesome.
So he is now prone,
Jeez.
and he takes.
He just got
Holy!
Saw the
He just
goat
got
like just
gored.
like dart towards the wall of the cavern and
Like it was gonna run away.
clunk clunk and then just like uses the wall to project itself.
Parkour!
Yeah.
Dude, clutch goat.
Let's go.
The goat is goat.
All that climbing.
All right.
Andy.
That is his turn. Next we have Arno, then Ruby.
Alright, so I'm going to take out my pan flute and I'm going to call on Chislev. And I'm going to have we're going to make a 30-foot radius centered on me.
Oh yeah. 30-foot radius. Oh.
Big
Do you want a different color?
radius.
Wait, you're doing what?
I'm making a big circle around me. So, close and no.
Yeah, I like it.
That's how I draw circles.
Thank you. And everyone so you can use your reaction to gain advantage on attack rolls, perception check, and perception checks.
You can use what?
Your reaction to gain advantage on perception checks or attack rolls. And then I'm going to use my action to wild shape into a black bear.
Nice.
Oh.
I kind of figured that was what you said when you weren't leaving.
You see Arno. Is it a black bear though?
It's a blue bear.
I am a blue-green bear.
I am a blue-green black bear, but it's blue-green.
The species is the black bear.
I want to just get a whole bunch of new animal minis and paint them all blue-green.
Just get a blue-green primer and be like, this is fine.
All right, you are a black bear. Yeah. So is bear up here? Yes, he is.
Blue-green black bear.
Is it big? Large? Medium.
I
believe it's large.
medium.
Okay, we're just gonna center him on the square then.
There they go.
Roar!
Not gonna lie, it's very intimidating.
Big bear.
And that's it for my turn.
Okay. Sounds good. Ruby.
I take a couple of steps forward, looking anxiously to see if anyone's really been hurt. I see Arno turn into a blue-green black bear, and I assume everything's probably gonna be okay. I instead would like to. Is it daytime? Oh,
It is daytime. There's enough light in here for evocation.
evocation time. Good. I would like to cast Sacred Flame on
Yeah.
this one. 'Cause
Okay.
it would be bad if I cast it on the prone one, I think.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. He
What
needs
save?
to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. Dexterity. Ooh, man. Ooh, 19 on the die though.
You know, that's gonna succeed, so nothing happens.
Okay. Because you wanted to apply extra damage. Oh wait, no, that's a cantrip.
Mhm.
So disadvantage for me.
Oh, okay, cool.
10.
That does not succeed.
Yo.
Okay. Yeah.
So he takes 3 points of radiant damage.
Is this because of the sun?
Okay. Yes, it is.
That's awesome.
The sun helped
The blue
empower
light.
her spell to hit.
And then I think I'm good.
Okay. That will be the top of the round then. Another bolt gets loosed, this time towards the blue bear.
Not the blue-green black bear.
13.
The BGB bear.
Yeah.
That hits.
Okay. 13 points of piercing damage.
Ouch! Guess who's getting healed next time? It's you. Oh, just hitting your bear. Am I? I'm getting
Yeah,
really
this one
reactive to my
sinks
cleric.
deep into the tuft of your fur. Alright. And seeing as it's not felled his target, he's gonna try and let loose another one. 11.
Pizza, pizza.
Oh man.
Heck.
And that will be 7 points of piercing damage.
I am no longer bear.
Oh, it was such a good temporary buff, though.
Ouch!
Alright, as Arno goes from blue bear back to blue boy, it is the scimitar man's turn. He's going to use half of his movement to stand up.
Heck.
Oh.
Roundhouse kick you in the face.
And since you stabbed him through the back with the most ferocity, he's going to turn around and try and hit you up. Okay, that is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. I either roll like ridiculously above any AC or way too low.
That was neither. That was just about what you needed.
That was a Goldilocks roll.
Yeah.
Deluxe roll. Okay, that will be 6 points of slashing damage.
Noted.
Second attack from him. That would be a straight 20.
That'll hit.
Okay. And 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And the whip man is going to
Indiana Jones.
stay at his vantage point, but also take a crack out at you.
Ooh. Okay.
That'll be a dirty 20.
That'll dirty hit.
And 7 points of piercing damage as a red hot whip scar goes across one of your pecs.
Gotcha, coach.
Okay. And that is it from those two. And we're back to Azriel.
Okay. Do I see where the arrows came from?
You make a perception check with, do you have any levels of exhaustion?
No.
Okay, then you can do it with advantage because of Anchaslev.
Good call. That is a 21.
21.
Yes.
Let me double check what his height was. Yeah. You can see up on the cliff top.
Click, click, click.
In haunting unison, guys, come on. That was too cheerful.
The shooter.
Good.
They seem to be wielding some sort of heavy crossbow, though it looks much larger than any sort of crossbow that you've ever seen before.
I want it.
I need it.
How far up is this?
Dibs.
It's probably about 60 to 80 feet up.
Shoot. Okay.
I can longbow him down for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep wailing on the guy in front of me then. But is it like free action to like point him out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna point him out.
There's the shooter.
Dibs.
I'm gonna try and stab again here.
Okay. Babe Ruth calling the shot.
19 to hit.
19 will hit.
That is 12 damage.
Oh man. How do you want to do this?
Ooh.
Nice.
I'm gonna stab him in the back. Oh wait, he turned to me. Stab him in the gut and kick him off with my rapier.
Oh heck. You do that,
This is
and he
Sparta.
falls to the sandy floor. You hear the man holding the whip that's kind of next to him kind of just inhale very deeply and quickly. But that is his turn. Up next, you see a figure descend, jumps down off of the cliff and slowly falls down next to where Shanzi is. You see, she's wearing kind of the same tans and everything as before, but her belt is tied with a red cord with 2 large knots on either side. She's wearing pretty much blonde bronze ponytail and a leather hat along with a whole bunch of cloth wrappings around her head. and she kind of gives Ruby a glare with golden eyes from underneath all of her wrappings as she hefts Shanzi over her shoulder.
Ruby would like to note that all of her fur is puffed out at the moment.
Noted.
This is danger.
And I am going to need a dexterity saving throw from all of these people. The goat, Azriel, and yes, you too, Peré.
13.
And Arno.
15.
15.
13, 15, 15. Okay. Two of you will, the two that got 15, what did it go to? Oh no. The two of you who got 15 succeed.
Don't breathe yet. This is not good.
You see, shooting out from her hand, right from behind you, a small ball of fire that then erupts right in the middle of all of your friends.
That's what that noise is. That's what that acrylic click-clack noise is.
Click-clack of danger. For 20 points of fire damage, half if you saved, so 10. Hauling Shanzi. Gonna go 5, 10, 15, and a 20. Okay, and next up. Oh, and at this, you see your goat friend erupt in the cinder of flames.
No!
And once the flames pass, the goat is on the floor next to you.
Your goat's dead.
I am angered!
Enraged Druid. What are you gonna do about it, Peré?
Question.
Yes.
Am I able to, because I know that I have dropped the arrow. I suppose that wouldn't work in my longbow, would it?
It would.
It would?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I
Well,
drop the...
no, it's a crossbow bolt.
That's what I thought. Okay,
No fletching.
cool. Am I able to take out my longbow and shoot it at this point?
With the type of monk you... Oh, because you want to try and shoot that guy down.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll only be able to shoot once, but yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Oh, that was sad. It was. Okay, 11.
11?
Dex
Yeah.
proficiency.
I did that.
Okay.
But I
see your
went
numbers.
because it was a natural 16, then just like 6.
So you take out your bow with your hand, you loose the bolt, and it does whiz right past and plunk right into the rock next to this figure.
That was a warning shot.
Alright,
Yeah,
that will be your turn then. Shanzi is next. You can attempt to save on his part.
14.
14. Meets it, beats it. He is no longer paralyzed or poisoned.
Oh, okay. That was the end of his turn, though.
That was the end of his turn,
He's
yeah.
been kidnapped.
Catnapped.
And
Not a fun
the
scenario.
Oryx is no longer part of combat. Arno,
I'm casting Entangle on that bitch.
the bitch who casts Fireball.
Yep.
Alright, let her rip.
I need a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw in
Right now.
This is war.
That's a whole 8.
Ooh. Nope. And then I'm going to use all of my movement to get closer to her so I could beat her with my stick. Bonus action, cast Shillelagh on my staff.
Okay, sounds good. And entangled, is she stuck?
She grasping vines and beat. Yeah. Weeds and vines sprout from the ground, 20-foot square. The duration of the ground is difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain. For 9, for how big is the radius?
20-foot square.
20-foot square.
So,
Okay, sounds good. So she's moving at quarter speed now, hauling Shanzi. Cool. And next
coming.
up, Ruby.
Ruby is really torn right now. I'm guessing that both of you look pretty rough.
Getting rough.
Yep.
Because you look like you have murder in your eyes, I'm going to step 5 feet back, and as you are leaving my range, I reach out and grab your arm briefly, not to stop you, but to cure wounds. Evocation, do I do 2d8?
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
If that is the benefit you choose.
Yes, please. Because that is 13 points of heals.
Yeah.
Spice.
And then I let go of you as soon as I feel like the spell is transferred, and I say, "Get her." And then for my bonus action, healing word to you.
Oh.
And I'll do 2d4s for that.
Okay. All the heals.
That is only 6, but it's 6 more than you had before.
Appreciate it.
And I am fixedly watching what is happening with Arno and this woman with like visible tears in my eyes.
Okay.
But I don't think that I saw what Arno did with the entanglement. I don't think I can get through it to help. So I'm just gonna
good.
keep everyone alive, guys. Stay alive.
Okay.
Ooh, just kidding. I can't do that.
Wait, what was?
I can't do the 6 points too.
Right.
I did 2 leveled spells. That's my bad. So while I'm standing there, I will cast Sacred Flame on her.
Okay. Sounds good. Wisdom save.
Dex at disadvantage.
Dex at disadvantage. That's right.
Sorry, you're next.
I'm alive.
And I have a spell if you're not.
15.
I want to say that beats it. Yeah, that beats it.
Okay.
Nothing
Yeah.
happens.
She takes one swift step just perfectly out of the way and gets out of range. Okay.
I am a quivering mess. Carry on.
Okay. So Ruby up next. The shooter up at the top is going to kind of shift over. Stone sound.
Soft rock noises.
And is going to take another shot up at Peré, or down at Peré. And engagement. Woo! That's a 23. Yeah, when I make that noise, I know it hits.
Hits!
Okay. This one's gonna do that and that. 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
You can choose to use your reaction to catch again if you want,
Yeah, let's do it.
instead of taking the piercing damage.
Yeah, let's try.
Nope, D10.
Oh,
Sorry, that was a good roll.
those very good rolls are warm up roll.
That one.
Yep.
Plus Dex plus monk level.
6.
6. It pierces you right in the shoulder, and you feel a white hot pain come up. Though this one does not seem to affect you like the one that hit Shanzi.
Okay.
8. Is 8.
What?
1 plus Dex plus monk level.
Oh, plus monk level?
Yep.
Oh!
Sorry.
Sorry, 8.
Okay, still no. One below what you needed to catch it. It sinks into your shoulder blade.
Do you still reduce the damage though?
Does it?
Use your action to deflect or catch the missile when you are hit by a ranged weapon attack. To
Yeah.
do so, the damage is reduced by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier plus your monk level. If it's reducing the damage to 0, that's
Then
when
you can
catch
throw
it.
it back. Okay, so you only take 1 point instead of 9.
Hey.
That's gonna be fine for
That's
me.
important.
So up to 8 again. I'm just gonna take a second shot at you though.
No, he's not.
18.
To hit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And then 10 points of piercing damage.
Rats.
Okay. And that is their turn. You see him kind of billow his cloak and with your passive perception, you can see that he's hiding down under his cloak. It's a red color that kind of blends in with the rocks. Guy with the whip is going to. He doesn't want to leave where you are because he's not looking too hot. So he's going to whip out at Azriel again, moving around. That will be a 17.
Miss.
Alright. Whip crack past your head. And then we have Azriel.
I wanna hit him really, really bad. I'm gonna skirt around and attempt to stab this person.
Okay.
Am I flanking?
You are flanking.
Okay. That is a 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Thank you. And that will be 15 damage.
Okay. Oh man. Rough day for the whip man.
Just came into work like normal. Wasn't expecting anything particularly.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, you stab him with your rapier right through the gut, and he's looking very worse for wear right now. That's your turn then?
Yep.
Okay. Up next. You'll see the woman drop Shanzi onto the ground, and then she is going to. Can I get a wisdom saving throw?
Wait, weren't we supposed to be getting advantages with
Only when you're flanking.
You can use your reaction to.
9.
9, and I need one for Arno and you as well.
Oh, okay.
Me?
Yep,
What am I doing?
wisdom save.
13?
18.
So you are held. Ruby, you're okay,
Okay.
and Shanzi is also held.
Okay.
And then she's going to take a step forward, and you see her take out a long curved blade that kind of glints with the sun coming through. It's maybe 5 feet long, and 3 of that is just a large hook that she sends towards your midsection.
I want that.
Azriel from a distance. Dibs.
I want to steal.
Azriel putting up the
You
crossbow.
are
Dibs.
restrained, so it's going to be a 15 to hit.
Did she make a strength saving throw to get out of the tangle?
Oh, no, I can do that though.
Well, otherwise she's restrained.
Oh, she's restrained.
Yeah. It's also difficult terrain.
It's
If she-
restrained and difficult
Yeah,
terrain.
That's a lot.
Oh man. Okay. She does not move towards you then. She is stucked. And instead we'll throw a dagger at you instead, so it'll be less damage.
Okay.
That will be 7 points of piercing damage.
Dope.
She does take out the sword and have it right next to her ready to go though.
Genasi just starts hacking at her legs. Get.
It doesn't work.
Okay. Yeah. That will be her turn. Then it is Peré.
Alright, I'm going to try and shoot again. Except I already have it out this time.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh yeah. All right.
You're shooting?
Shoot this man's.
Take him out, please.
D8.
I don't think he's been hit yet, so
Bane of my existence, though.
that's the best number to hit him with.
8? No,
You
yes.
double the
8.
die.
Oh, I double it?
Yeah. So
It's a critical.
6
plus
plus
dex.
5 is 11.
No, just plus 3.
Just dex.
Oh. 9.
9.
That's still
Okay.
really good.
9 points of piercing damage. You just loose this bolt and it curves up just slightly, pushing and piercing into the back. You hear a quiet yelp from how far away it is. Not expecting that to happen.
You loose the arrow. 1, 2, 3. Ow!
Wilhelm
So
screaming.
yeah, that's the
Going through it.
yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. And that would be your turn then, right? Yeah. So, Shanzi, you make a wisdom save if he wants to get out of that.
Did you know that he rolled a critical 1 and he has a -1 to his wisdom, so that's
So
a
a
0.
literal 0.
That's
He
a
is
0.
still restrained by whole person.
He's gonna be as restrained as you can possibly
Typical
be by a
Shanzi.
whole person.
Yeah.
That's like
Literally
maximum
hard to
restraint.
breathe. Your lungs are not allowed to move that much.
Heart still beating, bud? Everything okay in there?
Shanzi has just been like being dragged on this trip this whole time.
Okay. That's his turn then. Arno. And then Ruby. Oh, what was that for?
Aren't I being held?
Oh yeah, you are.
6.
6. You are restrained still.
That was such a neat balance on the edge of your notebook. Like,
So you're concentrating, and restraining her, and she's concentrating and restraining you, but
Mexican
it's just a
standoff.
draw right now.
I'm with my staff in my hand, she's got her sword.
Staring at each other. Alright. So Ruby, your turn. You are not restrained.
I know, I don't want to get in the middle of this, but I'm gonna have to.
Do a good.
I'm sure gonna try. I would like to cast. God, this is dangerous. You said I could use my reaction to get advantage of an attack roll. Would that count for a spell attack? DM?
Say again?
Whatever this man has going on with unicorns.
Bird.
Bird this time.
Attack
Bird,
roll.
sorry, yep.
Spell attack does count.
Yep, okay. So I'm gonna use my reaction to break even because it would have been at disadvantage because of
Yeah.
my exhaustion.
Yeah, sounds good. Roll the. What are you doing? What are you
I
casting?
am casting Guiding Bolt
Okay,
on her.
sounds good.
Through the tears of worry in my eyes. 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
And this is also an evocation spell. But you tell me it's 4d6 radiant damage.
Yeah. So you can bump it up to 5d6 if you want.
Okay.
Ooh.
8. 10, 12, 15. That's 15 points of radiant damage, and the next attack roll against her has advantage because she's glowing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, in this kind of semi-dimmed cavern, she is now a whitish wisps coming off of her. She is really easy to see.
Mm-hmm.
You said 15 damage?
Mm-hmm. Radiant.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
That spell alone, she is looking rough already. Good.
Is she still holding me?
She's concentration check. Thank you.
Good call. You want to hit her?
Don't we?
She is still holding you.
Oh.
In Sean's. She tried to take one step right out of the way, but she went straight into your path. And now, we're back up at the top. Another volley of arrows, not going to be shot at you this time because he knows what you can do.
I do want to move, 2 squares closer to Peré.
Okay.
Like I'm backing up while
Yeah.
looking at her, but
Yeah.
I know that there's. I know. I was gonna say I very much feel like that cat that's like it's got its claws in 2 sweaters right now. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep this family together, but people are being shot at up here, and I need to make sure I'm not within range of the whip guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No two-front war happening. Well, it is, but trying to.
I know.
Okay.
Save some.
So shooting at Azriel with a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Yep. Ooh, he got his max damage, which is 14 piercing damage.
Ooh! Big
That
money.
bolt just sinks right into one of the bones between your rib cage.
I have staggered. Looking bad.
He's going to try and send another bolt down at you.
Okay.
This one is only a 15 to hit,
Miss.
or 16 rather.
Clink.
Wait, not 15.
Still miss.
Yeah. I did a thing.
Azriel
Alright.
has this buckler on his arm that is metal and it has the depiction of a rose on it. Just want you all to know
It
that.
clinks
Oh,
off
you're
of
so
that
sweet.
rose. So sassy. Okay. And I'm going to attempt to hide. That will be just enough for anyone who's not trying to look. You're unable to know where the shooter is right now. Okay. Next. Whip man's between 2 guys.
The spin-off of
Whip.
Between Two Ferns is between 2 guys.
Alright. He's going to whip Peré.
With the corpse
No.
of your friend over there.
No.
But he only got an 8.
No.
Okay. And he's going to offhand
I whip him with my
dagger.
trunk with my reactions.
And even less with the dagger.
So no.
Okay. Whipman's having a bad day.
Let's make it worse.
Mr. Whitman.
Wait a minute, which
Mr.
Azriel.
Whipman?
Stop the boy.
Mr. Whipman.
Yeah. I should probably stab that guy. So what I'm gonna do actually is put my rapier away. I'm gonna draw my crossbow, and I'm going to imbue that with gray flames.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot at the woman who has Shanzi.
Okay. Roll to hit. You have advantage. Because of the wisps.
Guided. That is a 17 to hit.
She just, though in her bound stance, she just kind of shifts her weight to one side, and she dodges it.
That's all I can do.
Alright.
I'm so mad, but also I want to be her.
What? It's her turn now.
Crossbow coming at me? No, thank you.
She releases the hold person on you and Shanzi. However, at the same time, or wait, no, she's going to. It's the save at the beginning of the turn.
Strength save.
It would be an action. She's not going to try and do that. She is going to drop her concentration on hold person, and she is going to cast darkness.
Spooky.
So you got a marker?
Do you want to red marker instead, or
Sure.
to differentiate?
Red darkness.
It's seen. It's fine.
By the way, the camel's running.
Camels, like, I did not
Has
sign up
advantage on
for
this
this
run.
part.
He's been running this whole time or just now? Is he over here now? He's just like,
Yes, no,
I'm
thank you,
outta
goodbye.
here.
You're on your own.
Thank you. Next.
Our camel is Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's her name, Grande.
So, you feel, as soon as this sphere of darkness comes over you, you feel the connection to your weave, the weave of light, and everything snap, and your concentration is instantly broken on the grasping vines. She is going to then try and pick up the man's and run half her speed.
Why is she still
Steal your man day, I don't know.
out of everything, why are you stealing it just a person?
I'm very upset and I don't know why. I'm in darkness and last thing I saw is my friend being picked up.
Okay. And that is her turn. Peré.
Am I able to use my longbow just to shoot at somebody right next to me?
No, you do not have that kind of skill.
Why not?
I mean, you can at
A
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Oh,
You don't want to, probably.
okay. Well,
But
it's
you
just
can
like,
use
know,
your reaction to cancel out the disadvantage.
I can do that.
That's true.
I'm gonna do that.
These are the weirdest conditions for a fight.
Guided by the spirits of Arno, you may make a
Hold
ranged
still.
attack 5 feet away from this guy with a longbow.
I'm gonna be pretty strong then.
Yeah, holy shit. That's gonna go through him.
Say goodbye to your face.
Alright.
10.
10, it misses. It's just way too close quarters and it like nicks his ear and he goes, ah!
Expletive deleted.
Okay, can I use a bonus action to start punching him?
Yes, you can. But just one punch.
Just one punch? Not my. I want to use.
Keep
If you're
Right.
going to switch
Oh,
back
yes.
to your bow, to your fist.
No, I want to use my key points.
I guess you have a chunk
Flurry-
free. Yeah, you
flurry
can
of
use a key
blows.
point for flurry of blows.
No, flurry, please.
Flurry.
Okay, and that makes me use. Do I just also do? 21.
21 will hit. Pow pow.
And
D4 plus dex and proficiency. D4 plus 5.
9. But I
Or
get
sorry, not proficiency.
2 of them, right? Oh, wait, just Dex.
Just dex, sorry.
So,
You haven't been hitting
7.
him that much.
7, and I gotta do 2.
Yeah.
So no, you
Oh,
roll
no,
again.
you have to roll again for
roll
the
like a
second
20
hit.
again. You have to roll it twice to see if they will.
They both hit.
Okay.
Yep. That's a 19 on the die, that'll hit.
Keep that one as a 4, so 11 total.
Yeah. So you try and shoot him, poof, nicks his ear, and then boom, and then with the second trunk, your third fist, you come at the side of his head where you hit him in the ear and poof, knock him to the floor.
I whipped him with my trunk. Just he kept whipping me. It was made to
Okay,
Man.
that's Peré.
Nice
Shanzi.
song. That's my new thing.
He's not held anymore,
Uh-huh.
but he's held by her.
He is going to get both his daggers out and try and stab her, I guess, if he can.
Okay, yep. Roll a hit.
Okay. Can you do regular and offhand?
Yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't have him in a very good restraint, just dragging pretty much at this rate.
Sure. Well, one's probably gonna hit. That's a. God, that's high math. It's a 19 on the dice. It's a 25.
19 and 25?
No, sorry, it's 25 total. I did the math after I
Oh.
said high math.
25 will hit, yep.
Yep, and then the other one is 13.
That one will miss.
Okay, so just one dagger.
So she, claws right across the back. For how much pain?
Well, 5.
5 pain inflicted.
Yeah, apparently he's being bounced around a lot and does not have a particularly good grasp
Just both.
on the dagger. Just kind of.
Yeah. Meow.
Okay. She is not looking good now. She has a very thin, fragile form, even though she's able to let loose so much power. But it is Arno's turn now.
Since I saw she was there, could I go this way?
I'll say you're a little turned around right now. Just roll a d20 for me.
1.
Oh,
You do not know which direction she's going, so if you want to move, I'm going to say it's going to be random.
Okie doke.
You want to move?
Yeah.
Okay. You move that way.
This way?
Yeah.
shit.
As you peer out of the other side of this wall of darkness, you see the wrong side of the battle that you were part of. You have a little more movement though, or no? You can go back in. You know which way you need to go now. And you're back in the darkness, kind of feeling your way along the cavern wall to keep you on the right route.
Could I use my action to just dash through it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. Next up is Ruby.
I do not know which way anything is.
No. So if you want to move me.
Yeah, I think I'd like to.
Okay. Roll that
that's fine.
d20 for me.
Okay. 14.
You know where you are.
Okay.
But it's dark.
I know. I'm gonna take a step forward. Can I look forward this way towards me?
Yep.
Can I look out of the darkness to see if the Whipman is still there?
Yep, he's on the floor.
Oh, good. Does he look like he's not moving?
He looks pretty unconscious, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take another step out, kitty corner, so I'm near Azriel.
Okay.
Visibly upset, not saying anything. I'm gonna grab your shoulder and like accidentally prick you a little bit with my claws and cast Cure Wounds.
I'm into it.
Don't say that. You're not getting healed anymore. 15.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then I look at Peré. How do you appear? Is he like bleeding visibly?
I've got 10.
He has some wounds and scratches and an arrow bolt, but he's
Okay.
okay-ish.
Well, I can't do anything for you right now anyway.
A really good hit with a crossbow bolt might sink him.
Peré. Yeah, I just don't have any healing spells now that I'm
Right.
using my level 1. Heck, I'm gonna stay.
Okay.
Visibly crying,
Okay.
hoping that Arno can get it done.
You kind of bend over a little bit after healing Azriel, and Arno, you kind of hear this sobbing through all the kerfuffle and noise and battle. We're back up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
The crossbowman becomes visible for just a second and is going to shoot at the figure who came up and healed Azriel for a 9.
Nope.
Second bolt for 14.
Nope.
Okay. Both was past, one on either side of you.
Mm-hmm. I have my shield up.
Okay, one plinks off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And he got a 2 on his hide, so you see him. He now.
Let me just move my things.
Has moved a little bit farther down the ravine.
Mm-hmm.
But that will be his turn. And Whipman and Scimitar Man are no more. Azriel.
Oh, this won't do. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. And then I'm gonna stop and try and tune into my supernatural senses I have and try and listen for where the bodies went.
Okay.
Because I know I can't see, but I'm just gonna go off of
Yeah,
hearing.
sure. You can roll a perception check. And you have advantage.
12.
12. With that and all of the noise that's happening right now, it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay.
You think that direction, but nothing clear cut as like friend versus foe.
I'm gonna teleport that direction.
Okay.
You tell me where I end up.
Sure. How far can you teleport?
30 feet.
30 feet. Trying to not teleport into a wall.
Mm-hmm.
You appear right alongside your quarry.
Okay. I'm gonna switch to the rapier again then. Oh dear. And yes, I'm going to stab.
Alright, roll the hit.
11.
11's not going to hit. She takes one deft step off to the side, holding Shanzi.
Okay. Okay. That's all I can do.
Alright.
Here.
Her turn now. She's going to a little bit better heft Shanzi onto her shoulder, and you see her mutter something under her breath as she casts a spell. Her veins in like her neck and her legs start to bulge out a little bit, and she
It's Bane.
no.
You merely adopt the darkness.
Is going
Left that
to
behind in a quick hot second.
yeah, she's going to use her full movement, so opportunity attack.
Gladly. Rolling low. 11.
11. Okay. Yeah, that's going to miss. And she steps outside of your range, holding Shanzi, and with the spell she just cast, she is able to get
Far.
half of 120, so 60 feet. And at this point, you see that she's made it out into the daylight of like an little exit chamber. She's like 5 feet away from stepping out into like the desert that you guys came from.
Poop.
But she's still in sight. Up next is Peré.
I'm going to try and shoot this person again.
Oh, and the darkness fades.
14.
14 will hit.
Hey!
Bam! Bam, 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 bam. 8.
Noises.
8.
8. 8 damage, yes. Yeah, another bolt arrow you loose and send up towards him. Pierces him like right in the front part of his shoulder as he's like prone, kind of to get a good shot of you. And he just holds it and winces in pain. He's looking very rough.
Can I shoot another one?
Not ranged, no.
I will step of wind and jump up onto the top of the cliff.
That's a lot of feet.
Let's see. So step of the wind does how much
No,
more?
I'm just kidding. I was totally
What if
joking.
this elephant were to jump? How
Well,
high?
I can jump 2 times as long as that.
Yeah, you couldn't make it all the way up.
But I can dance.
Good.
That's good.
You can dance only if you want to, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You can
do
leave
it.
your
I'm
friends
gonna
behind.
use a key point.
We've already fractured the party in half. Let's not start
Don't leave a
splintering
friend
it.
behind.
I'm going to use a key point to
Because your friend is just gonna sit down in the
taunt
dirt and
and
cry.
dance the. I'm just kidding.
I need a
Shoot me.
new
Shoot
monk
me.
subclass, Way of the Dancer.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be a subfeature like Way of the Drunken Master where
Yeah.
you just taunt your enemy or something.
I was gonna say, is that like a troubadour?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Ugh, the bards had one too many drinks.
I'm
He thinks he's a
invincible!
monk now. Okay, so you're just gonna stay put then? You wanna move it all?
No, I'm gonna stay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna stay put.
I mean, your longbow has plenty of range if you
Yeah.
wanna move anywhere.
I'm gonna stay.
Okay.
Wait, if I were to move over here, could I still possibly, like, am I able to see?
Yeah.
Since it's around
If you
this
move
bit
that,
here?
yeah. He's up.
Okay, he's
Yeah.
alright, so yeah, I'm gonna come around here.
Yeah.
You don't need me.
Well, maybe not around the bend.
Well,
You would have to stay on this side, you're right.
Okay, the only point is I was trying to get over there.
Yeah. You can get closer though. If you're trying to stay in range of shooting that guy down, at least. But you
Yeah.
can leave his range if you
I'm
want.
gonna move right there.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Shanzi.
He's gonna try and stab.
Okay.
19 on one and 12 on the other.
Both miss.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the increase in AC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
DM knows what's happening.
Yep.
Yeah. So both of the claws, she just kind of uses her shoulders to shrug
Well,
off.
I imagine now that she's running like that much faster,
Yeah.
he's just got nowhere
He
to
is
get.
so jostled and
Mhm.
torn from all of his exhaustion and everything. It's not going
When
well.
you're riding on an Amtrak train and you're trying to sleep, and someone's just standing there shaking you.
Pretty much. Arno.
I'm gonna use my last wild shape to turn into a wolf.
Yeah.
And I can go 40, so 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Yeah. You're right at her heels.
I'm going to... Do I get pack tactics because he's attacking her?
I'll give it to you, yeah.
Okay. So... 17 doesn't...
17 is going to miss. You try and nip at her heels and she just is able to get just inches out of the range of your teeth.
Alright. Then the knockdown thing doesn't work because I didn't hit it right.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Ruby.
Still crying and now alone? Kind of.
Perez, 10 feet away.
I know. Is Crossbow Man within 120 feet of me?
Yeah.
Guiding bolt his ass too, let's go.
Alright. With
You've
advantage.
enraged the
Or
cleric.
wait, no.
Straight
Yes,
roll.
guiding bolt, yes.
Straight.
Mm.
Straight roll. I'm exhausted.
Either.
How exhausted?
One level. But
It's just
an-
ability checks.
But that's an ability check.
But don't you
Regular
get
spell check.
advantage?
Attack rolls.
Right. And so that's the aura of the bird is giving me the straight roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think my
Straight
option,
roll. You can go for advantage if you want, or you can go for extra damage dice. Up to you.
I really kind of want to go for the extra damage
Yeah.
dice. Yeah, because I get a, this is 16 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Mm-hmm. I was trusting my +5. So you said I can do 5
Yeah.
d6. Okay.
Roached them.
I'm mad enough to 7.
Ooh.
17.
17. How do you
Mhm.
want to do this?
As painfully as possible.
Alright. This guiding bolt.
That's dark even for me.
I know! I'm really upset.
So with your guiding bolt energy, you're able to just nudge him ever so slightly off the cliff face, and he comes down that 60, 80 feet, and it completely
Nap.
pulverizes
we got a
his
picture all
body.
happened, though.
Yeah, it's just that's when his body did.
We just knocked over a huge dice tower.
And we got a picture while it was still up, so it's okay.
That's
Yeah, I
Um,
watched the whole time unblinking with no expression on my face.
Yeah,
And
he
I
is
do
a
this at the end.
yeah. You make the sign of Thukave as he, after that sickening thud, becomes dead silent.
Literally.
Literally.
And then I go over to Peré. And I don't say anything, I'm just standing there looking at you with like tears streaming down my face.
Azriel.
I'm going to re-imbue my crossbow.
Yeah.
I guess I would have walked by. I guess I would have moved my full 30 feet.
Oh yeah.
Make sure I know what's going on here.
How far are they?
Away.
Yeah.
35 feet.
Yeah, for me.
So as I walk by, I'm not even looking at you, Peré. I'm just walking
Oh, yeah.
by, like, mechanically.
I guess here, so I can shoot. And shoot.
Okay.
Shoot my shot. 14 to hit.
That's not going to hit either.
Okay.
She takes just another perfect step as the bolt whizzes by her head.
That's it.
Alright. The bolt catches her hat and it falls onto the desert sand below.
Dibs.
And
That's
at
your
this
middle name
point, it is her turn, and she ruffles through a package on her side, and you see a canvas cloth comes out that looks very similar to what the drifters that you saw earlier today had. And you're going to get an opportunity attack if you want it.
Yep.
Alright, you're in a wolf.
Yep.
You have advantage. Pack tactics.
Please don't fail me. 22?
22 will hit.
Yes! Okay. So,
Our plus.
2d4. Oh yeah. 8, 9, 10 damage. And she has to succeed a strength saving throw.
Oh man. Otherwise.
She's not prone.
Okay. You don't have to run to do that one?
It's under my bite attack.
Okay.
Clomping on him.
I'm not seeing wolf stats in a bit. That's going to be a 14.
Beats it.
Alright.
Lots of damage.
Lots of damage. And she is dripping blood through her ankle and down her leg now. And she whips out the kite and starts to take off. And as she exits your range, cruising at really fast speeds now, she says, "Do yourself a favor. Stay away from Brigilla and the Bloodknots."
Again?
Brigilla and the Bloodknots.
Gilla. Sounds like a band. At the D Sports, is there also a Battle of the Bands?
You don't know. Gonna have to find out.
Guys, we need to beat her at Battle of the Bands.
And we are out of initiative.
As she's
Wait.
sailing away, can I just make one last shot at disadvantage with my crossbow at her sail?
Yeah. Well, what's the range on your crossbow?
It's normally 80, but up to 320 at disadvantage.
Yeah, it would be a disadvantage at that range.
That's 24.
Yeah, you'd make the sail, definitely. You see, like, it goes through, you're not sure how much it did, but if the wind's strong enough, it could end up in a tear and leave her a little bit stranded.
Should have shot her.
No. That was a good idea.
Yeah.
I feel like Ruby gets close enough to see this happen and then just sits down.
I'll head my way back on towards Ruby. Got blood streaming out of my eyes, out of my mouth, out of my nose from reigniting my sword and crossbow.
And she looks up, sniffles, sees you bleeding, gestures for you.
I try, Ruby.
She grabs your hand really, really tight and will cast a second level Cure Wounds. 13.
That's a lot of damage.
Damage reversed. And then puts her head back down again.
Yeah. And just as you put your head down into your hands, you see the faintest bit of that kite going over the next dune.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was not a total loss. We know who we're going after now, as opposed to avoiding. Brigella and the Blood Knots have made a very powerful enemy. I want to start searching the bodies,
Alright.
Ah, yes.
particularly
You wanted that crossbow over here.
Giga Crossbow.
Giga crust.
Did it
Yes.
survive the fall?
Flip that coin.
Yeah, flip the coin!
Cory gets
Kraken,
its
it
first
survives.
Hey! Thank you, Kraken.
That's the best game mechanic ever.
I've never seen a coin used before.
That's what I need to make you guys do for, like, the confusion in the darkness and stuff, too.
Are you
We'll use
confused
the
or not?
Kraken.
Flip the coin. It will decide your fate.
You go over and, you don't wear gloves or anything usually, right?
I do have black lacy gloves.
Oh, black lacy gloves. There is a mass of blood and bones covering this crossbow that seems intact.
I will take off the black lacy gloves and put on my alchemist gloves.
The business gloves.
Yeah, the
if you
dirty
will.
gloves.
Yep.
It's about to get personal. Too personal. Yeah. And you're able to just shift these kind of
Hick.
innards across the sands off of the weapon.
That was worth it for you.
You see a large crossbow, maybe like 3 feet long, 4 feet long.
Too big for you, buddy.
Almost like a
Perry
mobile
comes over and
ballista
just
in
leans
its
on
own
you
right.
casually. You know who this would better suit?
Near the stirrup, you see cast in iron metal is the head of some sort of bird of prey, maybe a falcon or something, right like beneath where the arrow would loose.
Mm-hmm. Does it like come out of the mouth?
Yeah, like right beneath the beak.
Cool.
That's metal.
Into
Literally.
it.
Literally die-cast metal. And it is very, very well made. You kind of look across how all the etchings and stuff on it. I'll let me make an investigation check.
Three.
3. It's worn down from years of use and even slightly scratched out, it seems, all the plating that might have indicated where it was from or who created it. But it seemed like it did have something like that at one point.
Cool. I'll start lugging that back to the group and whatever else he had on him.
Amidst
Or her.
the organs of person mush, you find,
Kind of digging through with my rapier.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ick. This
you
is disgusting.
find 3 yellow Kmars.
That pays for your trip.
And
And
it's
some.
Thanks for 3 trips.
You're such a generous man.
And do anyone want to search anyone else, or what are you all doing right
I'm
now?
fucking catatonic. I don't know what you're talking
Oh no!
about.
Wrong time to make a pun!
Such bad fun.
Ha ha ha.
This is the only time I'm ever going to be ashamed of making a cat pun.
Oh,
Can I take? I want to
that
take
was
this
kind of
guy's
steep.
whip.
Take the guy's whip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you grab it. It is a nice black leather,
Cool.
and you see the handle is actually made out of some sort of snake skin. If you search in more, you find amidst the rest of the bodies 4 more yellow Kmars total.
How about the third body?
That was 2 more on each of them, yeah. It was the crossbow guy had 4, and then the guys on the ground had 2 each.
Gotcha.
8 Kmars in total.
Cool.
Alright,
I think it's time to rest.
yeah.
Ruby does not
We need
respond
to. We need to. We
anyone
need to
or anything.
regroup
Like,
here.
I walk over to Ruby, try to hold back tears, and I say, I'm sorry that I failed.
and you get grabbed and pulled into the world's most awkward seated standing hug there is. So she's essentially like crying in your kneecaps. Like,
Just give her a hug back.
All right. I think with that, we will call it there on tonight's episode. A bit of a downer of an ending, but
Alright.
that is the way it goes sometimes.
So that's it. Get out of here.
Join us for next time. Will they find Shanzi? Will they make it to the Placid Oasis? Until next time, thank you all for watching. Peace, love, and may all your chicks turn up 20. Have a good week.
yay.
Copyright!
I'll go home now.
The scene has been set. I am so immersed right now. I am in this desert.
That's all going to be edited.